Joseph Newhung. Now, Raider Nation, that name is that name is very familiar to you. I know Joseph Newhung is no stranger. He was the kicker for the Raiders last year and the year before, and I guess the year before. But he is making the transition from the field to the booth tonight. Joseph, welcome aboard.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Glad to have you, bud. All right, elephant in the room. Let's get this out of the way right now. Last year at Batesville, my man Joseph was going to kick a game-winning field goal, but Batesville blocked the kick and returned it all the way for a game-winning touchdown as time expired. Joseph, that was a tough night for all of us at Nettleton. What would a Raider victory mean to you tonight with that in mind?
I think a Raider victory would mean a lot, me, morally, because it shows, we get a little bit of our get back on them, but also to some of the guys who were on that team last year. That's probably the most tears I've seen from a young team. And so I'm pretty sure that they would love to get that one back.
It was a sad night. It really was. I was talking to the Batesville radio guy earlier, and we were talking about the play and how it was just heartbreaking for us. And he was sympathetic, but, for them it was exciting. It was a great play, and really we outplayed them. We outgained them offensively, but they had a few huge plays and none bigger than that kick six, and on the count of it, they won the game. Well, this year, Batesville is coming into tonight's contest with an 0-3 record, but do not let that give you a sense of overconfidence, Raider Nation. It's Batesville. I mean, they're always tough. They played a very tough non-conference schedule. They lost to Searcy, Maumelle, and Harrison, three perennially tough teams. The Raiders are coming into tonight's contest with a 2-1 record. They lost their first game against Mountain Home, and then they reeled off two straight victories. One was quite comfortable against Pocahontas. They beat the Redskins 42-14. And then week before last, we're just coming off bye week, but week before last, they beat a very tough Blytheville team by the score of 43-40. So tonight, it's an epic battle that used to rage on the American frontier. The Raiders versus the Pioneers. It's USA night. The Nettleton student section will be dressed in patriotic colors, something I love to see. Should be a great game of high school tackle football. We are about to take a 4-minute break. We'll take a 4-minute break. And when we come back, we will hear from Nettleton's head coach, Stephen Hampton. It's the Raiders. It's the Pioneers. It's Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
When a clinic sends a referral for your specialty services, you have a choice. The decision of where you receive care is yours. You can choose the only facility in Eastern Arkansas to receive an A rating in patient safety by Leapfrog, delivering world-class care and an unmatched safety protocol. You have a choice in your healthcare provider. Choose NEA Baptist, where safety isn't a goal. It's a promise.
At First National Bank, our mortgage lending team knows what it takes to make a home and a superior home loan process. Simple, proven, and reliable service with competitive rates at a bank that already feels like home. Since 1889, that's been the First National Bank way, because for our people, this is home. Apply online at fnbank.net/mortgage. From our family to yours, welcome home. First National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make and every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year of free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
The team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been taking care of our local athletes for over 40 years. And now they have 2 locations with JOSM on Main and the all-new JOSM on Matthews. Inside St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center with non-operative providers Dr. J.T. Fisher and the newest addition to the staff, Dr. Morgan Benefield. Call 932-1820. Find them on Facebook and at JonesboroOrtho.com. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
Greenway proudly supports the DIYer in you. Whether you're a mover, a shaker, a groundbreaker, a risk taker, a challenge embracer, or a landscape visionary, whatever the task, we've got a John Deere tractor that can help move your project forward. You've got work to do, so let's get started. Reserve yours today in store or at gogreenway.com.
Pico Food says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about how Pico Foods buys direct to support local producers. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman at 601-670-9383.
Across Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud the extra effort from neighbors like you that make our local schools and activities an integral part of our community. Working as a team to help you reach your goals is a perfect game plan for success. The Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville, finally a bank in your corner. MeBanking.com, member FDIC.
Go outside and play with Jonesboro Cycle and ATV. Jonesboro Cycle is your go-to for all your power sports needs, whether it be off-road, on-road, or on the wall. Check out their inventory of four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles, dirt bikes, cruisers, go-karts, scooters, personal watercrafts, boats, and even boat motors. Jonesboro Cycle is a 185,000 square foot motorsports mecca featuring all the name brands under one roof. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV on U.S. Highway 63 North in Bono and JonesboroCycle.com.
We welcome you back to the First National Bank pregame show. We're here with Coach Stephen Hampton for our weekly pregame visit. Coach Hampton, how has the bye week gone?
It's been really good. I thought it was much needed, especially after the game at Blytheville. I think, players and coaches, we were all pretty not only physically tired, we were mentally and emotionally tired after that game. So I thought the bye week came at a perfect time for us. Let's talk about that big win over Blytheville. I know we went into that game a little short-handed with downtown T.J. Brown unable to be there, but I thought that Xavier Harrell filled in quite nicely. Oh, there's no doubt. And you've kind of seen glimpses of it up to that point. Xavier, what he could do on limited carries, and we knew he was going to, get a much heavier workload against Blytheville, and he handled it, perfect. Had a great night, and and he's, it'd be a good weapon to have going forward. Coach, your offense was impressive again Friday night. 43 points, over 400 yards. The majority of those yards came on the ground. Is that something that y'all were planning on going into the game, or was it just a case of taking what the defense gave you? No, that was kind of our game plan going into it. We felt like we had an advantage up front. And, we wanted to control the ball and really keep, you saw how explosive their offense was, and we wanted to try to kind of keep it away from them a little bit as long as we could move the ball and score. And we were able to do that all night, running the football. Coach, hats off to Blytheville. I was very impressed with that team. Good football team. And they took a lead on us with 3:24 left in the fourth quarter, but you got to be impressed with the way that your team responded. Yeah, I don't think there was any panic as far as, whether we could go down and score and win the ball game. It was just a matter of us executing, and we got a good field position, and, our guys just continued to execute, run the football, had a few passes mixed in there, to move the chains, and, we're able to get the ball in the end zone, left a little bit of time on the clock for them. So, I thought it worked out really well for us. There's one guy that I'd like to give a shout-out to, and that is Q Thompson. He's always been a sure-handed receiver, but late in the game last week, he couldn't haul in a sure touchdown pass, but he didn't get down about that. He had a huge kickoff return that gave us a short field on that final drive, and then he scored the 2-point conversion. I was proud of the way that Q bounced back. Yeah, I thought it was a great moment, learning and growth for him. Obviously the drop, you never want to drop a ball. And but for him to, we told him on the sideline, Coach Wilson told him, hey, you got to shake it off. We're going to come back to you. We're going to need you, here at the end of this game. And, that's the way it worked out. He had a couple of big catches on the end, kickoff return on that final drive to kind of set us up for the score.
Coach, your defense had a little different look last week with Nigel Bell at safety. I thought that young man acquitted himself nicely.
Yeah, he's played some free safety before, and so it wasn't new to him. But I thought he did well filling in, and he's going to continue to play free safety for us and get reps at receiver because he's a weapon there too. But yeah, we've been really pleased with the addition of Nigel Bell.
Speaking of weapons, the playmaker, Curtis Smith, came up big again for us Friday night. And when the game is on the line, he's the one that you want to have the ball in his hands.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes in critical moments, you try to think of the best play, and then sometimes it's a matter of getting the ball into your best player's hands. Whatever you got to do to get it to them, and more times than not, things generally work out in your favor if you can get it to your best player and give them an opportunity, and that was the case. We wanted to give him down the goal line. We felt like he would get the ball in the end zone for us, and he did.
Things were a little dicey on that last play offensively for us, Coach. I mean, from my vantage point, it looked like he clearly broke the plane of the goal line before the ball was knocked loose. But a little bit of a late call there by the side judge. It was like I said, a little bit of a dicey situation there.
Yeah, it was kind of a delayed call. Honestly, they made a call late. Thought reviewing the film, our film, it looked like he broke the plane before the ball came out. And the thing is, it was third down, so we had fourth down to go, and I felt like, even if they would have called him down, I felt like I liked our chances, to get the ball in on fourth down for sure.
Coach, let's give a shout-out to Mason Wan again. A week after going 6 for 6 with his PATs, he went 5 for 5 last week. Now, let's hope that me mentioning it again tonight doesn't jinx him.
No, yeah, he's done a great job for us. Been a pleasant surprise, a great addition. Really his first year kicking in an actual game, and he's handled things, just incredible. And you just never know when those PATs, man, the other team misses one or two, and it ends up being the difference in the game. And, man, those points he scored were critical for us.
All right, Coach, tonight we take on the Batesville Pioneers. Last year's game was probably the most heartbreaking loss that I have ever seen in my 52 years of being a Nettleton Raider fan. Is revenge a factor tonight?
I don't know that it's revenge. It's more redemption. We had, obviously as coaches, we go back and we watch last year's film for scheme purposes and, to see, what worked well, what didn't work well. And there were so many plays in that game, that when Cortez got hurt, the play that he got hurt, not only does he get hurt, he fumbled the ball and they returned it for a touchdown. So it was almost adding insult to injury there. And there were other plays, the ball hitting us on the foot on a punt, and just so many plays throughout the game that you just it makes you sick to your stomach what could have been. But it's more of a redemption. We want to go out and play better, play clean football. And if we do that, we don't have any mishaps, and unforeseen things happen. I like our chances. I think we got a good ball club, and if we just go out and execute, and like I said, play a clean game, I like our opportunities and chances.
Coach, Batesville's one of the best programs in the state. I know you have a lot of respect for them, but they're coming into tonight's game 0-3 on the season. What can you tell us about this year's Pioneers?
Well, number one, don't pay attention to the record, because it's a new season. That's what we tell our guys. It's a new season. Everybody's 0-0, and a lot of their preseason or non-conference woes. They played good competition, and they generally get better as the year goes on. That's kind of a forte of Batesville football teams, and we know we're gonna get their best shot, and so we got to be prepared. And I think our kids are. I think they're ready to play. 2 weeks of practicing, man, they're ready to play. So. It's gonna be a good ball game. It's gonna be hard fought, physical, all the things that you would expect us playing Batesville.
Coach, how healthy is your team?
Yeah, I think we're in pretty good shape. I thought the bye week helped heal up some bumps and bruises. We don't have anybody out other than Kamarion, who is going to be out for a few more weeks. But other than that, I think we're in pretty good shape.
Final question, Coach. Keys to victory what are the Raiders going to have to do to move to 3-1 tonight?
Well, defensively, it comes to, they've got a good running back. So we got to tackle well. Can't give up any big runs to him. He likes to bounce the ball the outside, and he gets on the perimeter. And if he gets going, he can be gone. He's got a 70, 80-yard touchdown run in just about every game they played. And so we've got to tackle him well and limit his explosive plays. Offensively, just play clean. No foolish penalties. Just execute our offense. If we do that, I like our chances. And then, last year we had 2 plays in the special teams that were critical. The punt where the ball hit us, and then obviously the last play of the game. So just play clean in all areas of the game, and I like our chances.
Coach, let's go get a win for Raider Nation.
Let's do it. Go Raiders.
Raider pride, brother.
First Security has been putting our home state first since 1932. Helping fellow Arkansans and their families buy homes, grow businesses, and build futures. Today, First Security is still committed to helping you bank better, providing local solutions and local support in the places we love too. It's community banking with people you know and people you know you can count on. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Need top-notch farming and lawn gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brooklyn. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
Nettleton High School Athletics is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
Hey there, Northeast Arkansas. This is John Moore of Arkansas Superstore on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Here to tell you that we're flipping the script on car buying. Don't stand for bait and switch tactics.
That's holding.
We believe in transparency and trust. You deserve the car you want with a payment much lower than your rent. Arkansas Superstore is here to make sense of it all for you. Come over and find your dream ride. You're approved. When the banks say no, I say yes. Visit us today at 11580 Highway 49 North in Brooklyn or online at arkansassuperstore.com.
Mom, I can't get my homework to upload.
Dad, my video game is froze again.
Babe, is our internet down again? I'm missing the big game.
Honey, I'm trying to make this online payment, but it just keeps buffering.
Get your life up to speed with high-speed internet from Empower Broadband. Empower's reliable service brings high-speed internet to even the most remote areas of Northeast Arkansas. With Empower Broadband, you can stream your favorite movies, video chat with loved ones, work from home without interruptions, and so much more. Empower Broadband. Life up to speed. For more info, visit empowerbroadband.com.
It's a mix and match special now at all Northeast Arkansas Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any two for $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, loaded tots, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any two for only $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. Only at your Northeast Arkansas area Domino's Pizza locations.
Every player on the football team has an important job so the team can reach its goal and success. Join our team at Lexicon right now and we'll help you reach your goals and success. Lexicon offers free on-the-job training through our own Lexicon University. We also offer competitive pay, a great healthcare plan, paid vacation, a sweet 401k plan, and more. Find out more at lexicon-inc.com/football.
You raised your family here, did every July 4th here, refinished the floors here twice, sized up your daughter's boyfriends here, waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
We welcome you back to the First National Bank pregame show. Craig Miller and Joseph Newhung here, broadcasting live from the NEA Baptist broadcast position at Raider Field. NEA Baptist, healthcare for the next century. We are just about 6.5 minutes away from kickoff. Tonight it is the Raiders versus the Batesville Pioneers here at Raider Field. Tonight is the 32nd meeting between the Raiders and the Pioneers. And Joseph, 31 times we played. This is a 32nd. Who do you think leads the all-time series, Nettleton or Batesville?
I think Nettleton.
You're a good member, a good citizen of Raider Nation. Unfortunately, you'd be incorrect in that. Batesville leads. Now, we started playing, I believe it was back in the 70s, we started playing against Batesville. We won the first 4 or 5 times. Rekindled the rivalry in about 2000, I believe. We beat them in 2000. Then they went on a monster streak, just beat us year after year after year after year. They lead the series. They've won 22 of the 31 meetings. So 22-9, that would be Batesville's record against us. We're 9-22 against them, including one of those 22 losses is a heartbreaking last-second kick 6 victory 1 year ago. Good-looking shot of the captains right there. That's great. That's got Ian Landrum. That's Marcel Ledbetter and Kylan Shelton, number 1. Shout out to our man Jacob Linderman. If you're watching on the YouTube stream, shout out to our man Jacob Linderman for getting a great shot. If you're listening on Bob FM, then by all means, keep on listening to Bob FM. But you're missing some good shots on the YouTube for sure. As you just heard Coach Hampton say, the Raiders are not necessarily looking for revenge tonight. They're looking for redemption. I like the way that he said that, Joseph. Coach Hampton, a good man and leading our program in a great way. I know you enjoyed playing for him.
Yes, sir. I love playing for him. He was a big influence in the last 4 years, and, I still see myself using some of the mental strategies that he taught me over the 4 years to help me grow as a college student and improve my life.
I love it. I love the way that Coach Hampton and the rest of our coaching staff, they're not just building a great football program here, they're building good young men. And I will tell you this, hopefully my son will be here tonight as his old offensive line coach, Coach Pitts, is here. And so I've thrown out the bat signal to Cole Dirty. He needs to come out and see Coach Pitts. Coach Pitts is the offensive line coach at Little Rock Parkview, and he's in the house tonight. Parkview played earlier in the week in a game, and so they're off tonight. And Coach Pitts is in the house tonight. So, Cope Dirty, if you're out there listening, get yourself to Raider Field. He would love to see you. Batesville has won the coin toss, and they have elected to receive the opening kickoff. So that's how we're going to get started. As for the starters for Nettleton will start on offense. The quarterback, Maddox Hampton, and then Mad Dog, 2-year starter. He's a junior. Joining him in the backfield, the sophomore running back tandem of downtown T.J. Brown and the X-Man, Xavier Harrell. Pretty good running. Have you watched the Raiders play much this year, Joseph?
I have seen bits and pieces, and T.J. Brown's a hard runner, and I used to always hang out with Xavier Harrell, and I saw what he did against Blytheville, and he just was a hard runner, and he just seemed like he just couldn't stop going.
Man, a couple of good running backs and really a contrast of styles. Downtown T.J. Brown, both of them run hard, as you said. Downtown T.J. Brown's more of a lightning. He's got a very good burst, whereas Xavier Harrell, he also will outrun you, but he is the thunder, man. He brings the pain when he's like, I've said this, it's like trying to tackle a bowling ball. A couple of very good running backs. Here come the Raiders, led there by number 3, Q Thompson. He's one of the receivers. Q Thompson, Cortez Smith, number 5. You see him there on your screen. Caleb Tedder is getting the start as well. Cortez, Q Thompson, Caleb Tedder, and the electrifying one, Taylor Smith. That's going to be your starting wide receivers, starting receivers, I should say. I love the fact that we're carrying Old Glory, the beautiful American flag, out on there. Nettleton loves America. Good to see the student section decked out in red, white, and blue. The offensive line for Nettleton started center, Zach Davis, the senior. A couple of juniors on the left side, Ian Landrum at left tackle. Left guard is Jerry Hudgens. Right guard is Cayman Gates. Right tackle is Garrett Campbell. And the Raider defense on the line, the defensive end is A.D. Blackner. Defensive tackle, Danny Gary and Caden Newsom, both split time at one defensive tackle spot. The nose guard, Jamarcus Johnson. Defensive end, Keon Stallings. Linebackers, Damon Coleman, the sophomore, Cohen Liggins, and Kylan Shelton. A good linebacking crew. And the defensive secondary at cornerback, Brendan Alexander and Isaac Black. The senior is Brendan Alexander and the junior, Isaac Black. And the safeties, Kylan Goodlow, broke his leg in the scrimmage last year at Osceola. Boy, that was a bad night. Kylan is healthy, and we're so thankful for that. He's getting to start at safety, as is Nigel Bell, who is new to Nettleton just this year. Have you been able to see Nigel play very much?
You know, I would look around and see familiar faces, and he was one that I didn't recognize, and I saw what he's been doing the last couple games when I decided to come out, and he can play ball, play some football.
No doubt about it. He started at receiver, but they moved him over to defense with the injury to Kamarion Davis. Hopefully Kamarion will be back around week 9. He broke his collarbone, but Nigel is doing a great job filling in at safety. All right, we're about to get underway. The clock is at 12 minutes per quarter in high school football. Mason Wan is on to kick off. Kicks from the 40. It's a high kick that is fielded at about the 28-yard line by Batesville's number 4, and he is brought down. Good open field tackle there by Nettleton's number 21. That's Isaac Black. Number 4 for Batesville's Mike Townsley, and that was a very good open field tackle there by Isaac.
See Fearless out there, and he just lowered his shoulder and leveled him out.
Isaac is an NTV student as well. Was in second period last year, NTV, third period this year. Outstanding young man. He's done a good job for the Raiders on special teams and on defense. So Batesville will have the first offensive possession and will start at their own 39-yard line. Batesville black pants, white tops. Nettleton dressed in all black tonight. The home black unis. Back in black. They're in a spread formation. Rolling to the left as a quarterback. He's going to run it, and he gets across midfield before he is brought down by Keon Stallings and Isaac Black. He gets into Raider territory. It's going to be a first down on the quarterback keeper. 1st and 10 for Batesville at the Nettleton 49-yard line. It's a good hard run right there. It really was. Good downfield blocking there by his receivers. Got the first down. Quarterback is number 14, Riley Gregg. The stud running back is number 6. Watch out for him, Damian Nelson. Now then, he's still going. It's a direct snap to Nelson. Running right side, he slips a tackle, gets the first down, stays in bounds. He's across the 30, finally wrestled out of bounds over there by Nettleton's sophomore linebacker, Damon Coleman, D-Money. But it's a first down for Batesville, and they have got the 1st and 10 on the Raider 36-yard line.
First down, Pioneers.
Nelson, the running back, but they lined up in the Wildcat, direct snap to Nelson, and that's a pretty good strategy. I think he's probably their best football player. You want the ball in the best football player's hand.
That's what I've been told.
That's why I never got to touch the ball. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers at the Raider 36. Loaded up backfield. Now one receiver in motion. They're going from the spread formation. It's incomplete pass. Going over on the far sideline, intended for number 23, Connor Ford-Reed. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Joseph, I'm a little bit surprised. The word on Batesville was they're going to run the I formation, old school. And they've come out in the spread.
You know, sometimes in non-conference, you test some things out, try to get your foot in the water, everyone's going to see the film, and then you come out in the first conference game and you do something really different.
See if the Raiders can't make some adjustments to stop this Pioneer attack. They're coming in 0-3. Now they're in the I formation. Quarterback under center, I formation. They got a fullback and a tailback. They give it to the tailback, Nelson. He is running forward, moving the pile, and they finally stop him just shy of the 30-yard line at the 31. It's going to be a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 after the 4-yard run by Damian Nelson.
Good tough run.
31-yard line.
Yeah, he's a good running back. So 3rd down and 5, actually. I always go with the great Buddy Nichols, what he says. It looked like it might be a long 5, but it's 3rd down and 5 for Batesville. Definitely in 4-down territory. This is a big play right here. Quarterback under center, pitches to Nelson. He's angling for the first down. He has it, and he is tackled out of bounds. Actually, they throw him down before he can get out of bounds. Colin Liggins in on the stop. Also in on the stop over there is Nigel Bell. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Their third first down of the game. Pioneers moving the ball pretty effectively here. We're scoreless at Raider Field. First possession of the game, Batesville. They give to Nelson, and he is tackled by Kylan, wrapped up by Kylan Shelton. Cohen Liggins also in on the stop. And it's going to be maybe a gain of 1. We'll call it 2nd down and 9 for the Pioneers. I've been impressed with this junior linebacker, Cohen Liggins. He's really done a good job for us this year.
He's grown a lot since last year, and I've seen the way he plays.
Now they're back in the spread formation. Rolling right, looking to pass is the quarterback, and it hits the referee right in the coco. The referee, the line judge over there, bless his heart, he's doing his job. He's got drilled like a game of dodgeball. He got drilled by the pigskin. Incomplete pass. It's 3rd down and 9 for Batesville. The ball on the Raider 22-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see a little play action here. Wouldn't be out the playbook.
Well, one thing about it, they don't have to get the full 9 in this one play. They're definitely in 2 down and a 4-down territory here. The quarterback is Greg. The running back is Nelson. Greg rolling to his right from the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Cut off over there by Keon Stallings. Good job by Keon. Good containment. He does hit the corner. He gains maybe a yard. It's going to be 4th down. And let's see where the spot is. It'll be 4th down and 8 for the Pioneers. Good job there by Keon Stallings.
I just really like the way the defense offers the football there.
Correction 21.
So 4th down and 8. And see what looks like they're going to go for the field goal. Looks like they're going to try for the field goal. So this is going to be a 38-yard field goal. Their kicker is number 39. He boots it, is no good. Line drive kick, which was well wide left. That's Aldo Gallardo. So it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Raiders will take over 1st and 10. Hey, shout out to the Raider defense. They stiffened up when they needed to.
That's perfect timing, and again, fortunate right there with a little missed field goal. And now I think it's time for the offense.
Offense trots out, and the Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton, outstanding all-conference junior quarterback, trots out the shotgun formation. Standing at about the 14-yard line of the Raiders. He's got the X-Man and downtown T.J. Brown in the backfield with him. He's dropping back to pass on 1st down. Going for it all. It is complete to Curtis Smith. He's across the 30, the 20. It's going to be a race to the end zone. They catch up with him. He's juking, he's jiving, he's finally brought down at the 15-yard line. First play from scrimmage, and it's the Raiders pretty near hit a home run. We'll call it a triple. Big-time throw and catch. Maddox Hampton to the playmaker, Curtis Smith.
You know, it takes a whole lot of skill throwing the ball that perfect just to where your playmaker can get it. He got it there, Kurt made the play.
Great throw by the Mad Dog. So the Raiders, high-octane, explosive offense. 1st and 10, they give it to downtown T.J. Brown. He is tackled right about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Raiders.
By a host of Pioneers. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 for the good guys. The good guys wearing black tonight, the Nettleton Raiders. 2nd and 10 from the 15. Hard count. Batesville able to hold their water. Maddox Hampton from the shotgun. He gives to downtown T.J. Brown. Running right side across the 10. He's thrown out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. It looks like it's going to be enough for a 1st down, depending upon the spot. And actually it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be just a little bit short. 3rd down and less than a yard for the Raiders.
3rd and 1.
Nettleton has been having two backs in the backfield with the Mad Dog. They've got a couple of bandies, Xavier Earl, downtown TJ Brown, the X-Man downtown. Now then, Curtis Smith, the playmaker, is in at quarterback. The Donkey Kong package right. Curtis running left, looking for a hole. He's wrapped up. I don't think he made the first down. It's going to be 4th down for the Raiders. Lost a little bit. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and 1 now for Nettleton. Yeah, they had that right side of the line loaded up. Cortez did not run that way. Ran left. I don't know if that was by design or just a little bit of a busted play. In any event, good job by the Batesville defense. Nettleton's going to go for it on 4th down.
I like this play call.
Curtis Smith and downtown TJ Brown in the backfield. The Raiders need about 1.5 yards for the first down. They give downtown TJ Brown. He busts out to the right side, has the first down. Forward motion. They're going to have to blow the whistle. Forward motion. He's got the first down. First down Raiders. It's going to be 1st down and goal to go from the Nettleton. The ball marked on the 3-yard line after a first down run by downtown TJ Brown.
That was great little push right there from the yard line, and TJ Brown just lowers the shoulder and just keeps his feet going.
Yeah, right side of the line. That's Kamen Gates and Garrett Campbell. Shout out to those guys. Soupy leading that offensive line this year. His old ball coach, Coach Pitts, is here. I see Cole Dirty down there talking to him. I knew the Dirtbag would come to see Coach Pitts, his offensive line coach from his junior season. We call him his hero. Glad to have Coach Pitts in the house. Curtis Smith gives to downtown TJ Brown. Downtown TJ Brown is wrestled down about the 1-yard line by Mike Townsley, the senior middle linebacker and running back. It's going to be 2nd down and goal to go from the 1.
2nd and goal.
Curtis Smith, the quarterback, the Wild Raider formation. A.D. Blackburn in at tight end as well as Caleb Tedder. A bit of confusion. That was a bad snap. They snapped it and it wasn't ready. And, that's just very unfortunate. TJ Brown falls on it way back at the 22-yard line. My goodness, that's a 20-yard mistake. Whew. And that hurts. It's going to, instead of 2nd down and goal from the 1, it's going to be 3rd down and goal from way back at the 22. There is a flag on the play. Came in after the play, I believe. So let's see what this is about. I'm afraid we may be going even further in the wrong direction. The man in the white hat's walking over to the Batesville sideline to talk to the coach. So now he's coming toward us, Joseph, and he's going to tell us exactly what the call is. It's an illegal shift against the Raiders, and that penalty is declined. They're going to take the result of the play as well. They should, because it's about a 20-yard loss. After there was a lot of confusion, miscommunication going on, and Zach Davis snapped it. Mad Dog Cortez wasn't ready for the snap, and it was a big loss for the Raiders. 3rd down and goal to go from the 21-yard line. Maddox Hampton back out as quarterback. He's dropping straight back. He's going to pass. It is caught one-handed by Curtis Smith. He's still on his feet, short of the first down by several yards. Of course, it's goal to go, so he's short of the goal line by about 13 yards. It's going to be 4th down and goal to go from the 13.
Where other players would just let that ball go over, Curtis just grabbed it one hand and tried to make something out of it.
Yeah, it's a great catch. Great catch by the playmaker. And so it's 4th down and goal to go for the Raiders. Ball on the 13-yard line. Last year in the game against Batesville, we outplayed them, but we had some key bad mistakes. Let's hope that's the last one tonight. That snap we weren't ready for. Flag on the play. Mad Dog. Pass is complete into the end zone. It's a touchdown to TJ Brown. Touchdown Raiders. Let's see what that flag is, though. Mad Dog completed the pass on the far sideline to downtown TJ Brown. Touchdown Nettleton. That's the call on the field, but there is a flag on the play. The referees getting together to see what it was. It looked like not even gonna conjecture. Let's just see. Let's just wait and see what the man says in the white hat. It's a false start against Nettleton, and of course they'll take that play. They don't want to take the result of that play. The result of that play was a touchdown. So should have been a dead ball penalty, but they let the play go on. It's going to be 4th and goal to go from the 18. 5:48 in the first quarter. We're scoreless here at Rager Field. Nettleton got a stop on Batesville's first offensive possession. A missed field goal resulting in a turnover on downs. Nettleton with the ball. 4th and goal to go from the 18. Maddox Hampton in the gun. He's got downtown T.J. Brown in the backfield with him. 3 receivers spread out wide right. The play is whistled dead. It's a dead ball. It's going to be a false start against the Raiders. That's the second false start. Coach Hampton angrily rips his headset off. He's got every right to be angry. There's some very key and pivotal mistakes here made by this Raider offensive unit. We had it, I believe it was 2nd down and goal to go from the 1. Now then it's 4th down and goal from the 23. Hampton from the shotgun. Downtown T.J. Brown in the backfield with him. 3 receivers spread out right. He's going to pass, and it's a quarterback sack. Quarterback sack will result in a turnover on downs. Damian Nelson, their stud running back, with the blitz from the left side, and he tackles the Mad Dog, who's unable to get the ball away. He was under pressure immediately. It's going to be a turnover on downs. 1st down, Pioneers. And Joseph, that was a disappointing drive right there.
Yep, I think it just comes down to his first conference game. There might be some nerves going on. If we get that close to the end zone, we're likely to get a little jittery, get a little too savvy.
So Batesville will take over here in this scoreless game. 5:44 remaining in the first quarter. Pioneers going back to the quarterback being under center. I formation. Greg, the quarterback. It's a fumble on the play. It's recovered by the Pioneers back at the 25-yard line. It'll be a loss of 5. Confusion. Good to see that the Raiders are not the only ones playing like that in the first quarter right now.
On the fumble recovery. A loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15.
So it'll be 2nd down and 15 for the Pioneers. We're scoreless here in the first quarter. Now then, they're going from the spread formation. There's some movement. And I don't know if Jamarcus jumped off sides, Jamarcus Johnson jumped off sides, or if he was pulled off sides by some movement from the offensive line. Now it's going to be against Nettleton. So that 5-yard loss from the fumble has been negated by the penalty. 5-yard penalty going in the wrong direction for the Raiders. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for Batesville. The ball only on 31-yard line. They're back to the I formation. Greg under center. Gives to Nelson, running right side, has some room to run. He lunges forward and gets 1st down yardage. Good run there by Nelson. Needed 9 yards for the first. He got 10.
At the 40-yard line.
Maybe he got 9. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers at their own 40. Batesville quickly up to the line. Greg, the quarterback, under center. Fullback is lined up over to the left, almost in a slot position. Gives to number 7. Runs right side and gets some positive yardage. He's tripped up over there by Nigel Bell. The running back was Owen McLaughlin, and he gets a gain of 7 before he's tripped up. 2nd down and 3.
That's a good open tackle. Without that tackle, they got some speed to him. That's not hard to get.
Very impressed by the sophomore running back, Owen McLaughlin. He had a very good burst himself. Now, their stud running back is number 6, Damian Nelson. They're not just a one-horse show over there, I promise you. They give to number 7 again. He's got a 1st down, tackled by Nettleton's Kylan Shelton and Keon Stallings. They move the sticks, however. It's 1st and 10 from the Raider 49. We're scoreless at Raider Field. 3:45 to play in the first quarter. this Conference 5A East opener. Nettleton 2-1 on the season. Batesville 0-3 on the season. But they are Batesville. Always tough. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. It's a pitch to the tailback, and he is wrapped up. Owen Liggins leading the tackle for the Raiders. He grabbed him by the ankles. It's hard to run. You got Owen Liggins hanging on to your ankles. Gain of a couple. It's 2nd down and 8. Well spotted at the Raider 47-yard line.
I just love the way Cone plays linebacker. It seems like they're always calling his name. He's always flying to the ball. He's always wanting to make a play.
Yeah, he is a very, and the coaches always talk about his intelligence as a linebacker. He's a ball hawk. He sniffs that ball out, and he's there. Give to the fullback, little fullback dive, and he is stood up at about the 45-yard line and pushed back. It's Cohen leading the tackle on that as well. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Pioneers. The ball is on the Raider 44-yard line. Coach Matt Ragsdale running the scoreboard. Buddy Nichols doing the PA. I would say we've got ourselves an all-star team here at Nettleton. 2:12 to play in the first quarter. We're scoreless, and Batesville has it 3rd down and 5 on the Raider 44-yard line. Greg, the quarterback, Nelson, the running back, they're in the spread. Little jet sweep left. Number 1, he is tackled just past the 1st down marker. He needed 5. He got, let's see, it looks like he got 5. I believe they're going to move the chains. Let's see the spot. The ball is at the 39. That's where the 1st down marker was. Now they're moving the chains. That's a 1st down run. So gain of about 5 on the jet sweep, and the Pioneers get a fresh set of downs at the Raider 39.
Speed up there. Yeah, good pursuit, but
so 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Going from the I formation, they get to Nelson. He's got a lot of running room right side. He's across the 30, across the 20, across the 10. Tackled down just shy of the pylon down at the 1-yard line, but there is a flag on the play.
Marked out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Understand we got on the live feed, we got some really bad audio evidently. We apologize for that. We will do our best to get that fixed.
Holding against the Pioneers.
Holding against the Pioneers. That's good news, because that was a big-time gain there by Nelson all the way down to the 1st-yard line. And instead, they're going to bring it back 10 yards from the previous spot.
I think we might have to reach into him. I think Nelson got a little banged up on that play.
Yeah, you're exactly right. On the far sideline, they are checking on Nelson. And he is up. That's good news.
The ball will be spotted on the Raider 35-yard line.
So it was at the 1-yard line, and that's where Nelson is up. And he's being helped over to the middle part of the Batesville sideline. Several coaches over there with him. Just hope that young man is all right. He's a vital part of that Batesville Pioneer football family. The ball is at the 35-yard line of the Raiders. So holding, it's a weird down and distance here. 1st down and 6. It's a spot foul, 10-yard spot foul. Obviously, it happened 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. So 1st and 6 for the Pioneers. They give the number 7. He's running right side. He's got the 1st down. He's got running room. He's across the 10, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pioneers, number 7 with a 35-yard run.
Credits to Batesville for coaching up 2 really good running backs. Once one goes down, the next one is ready to settle up. And seeing as though he's just a sophomore, I can see 2 more great years from this block.
Yeah, that's Owen McLaughlin. Maybe that's how you say it. Owen McLaughlin, a sophomore running back. gives Batesville a 6-0 lead. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter, your score is now Batesville 7, Nettleton 0. Back in 30 seconds, more Raider football on MTV and the AV Sports Network.
Together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. On the back end, get a Baird. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
7-0 Pioneers as the Raiders just gave up a 35-yard touchdown run to the sophomore running back, Owen McLaughlin. Good-looking running back there. Disappointing drive for the Raiders. First play from scrimmage, they had about a 70-yard, 80-yard pass, and they had it at one time, second down and goal to go from the 1. Bad snap, couple of penalties, and the end result, no points for the Raiders. Batesville gets the ball and they march it down the field and they take the lead with 55 seconds to play in the first quarter. Your score is Batesville 7, Nettleton 0. Hopefully we got the audio issues fixed on the live stream. The kick goes out of bounds. By rule, Nettleton will get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35. If you are listening on the live stream, do us a favor and let us know if the audio is better. I think I've got it fixed during the break, but I would love to hear some feedback. My man Joe Gordon out there helping me out, my old 3518 brother. Let me know if we got the issue fixed. I think that we did during the break, but let me know if it is better, and I would be much obliged. Nettleton will take over 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Maddox Sampton in the backfield with him is the X-Man and downtown. They give it to the X-Man. Xavier Harrell slips a tackler. He is dashing down the far sideline, got first down yardage all the way down to the 46-yard line. Big-time gain by Xavier Harrell. That's what I'm talking about, Joseph. That young man can run.
He is lights out when it comes to running, and we're trying to show Batesville that we can run the ball too.
So Nettleton moving quickly against the Pioneers. 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Your score is Batesville 7, Nettleton 0. Curtis Smith, jet sweep to Q Thompson, looking for some running room. He is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by that Batesville front. And there is a flag on the play, a little extracurricular activity going on. And that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know if they're going to call it against us or them, but there was some jawing going on after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct against us. So that's bad news, and don't know who the guilty party is. Whoever it is, you can bet there'll probably be some extra gassers in their future. So that's a 15-yard penalty after a loss already, and it's going to be second down in the country mile, all the way back on the 46-yard line. I can't even do all that ciphering in my head, Joseph. That's maybe 2nd and 35. Maybe that's what we got.
It's pretty far.
Yeah, it was a loss. 2nd and 28. Okay, so I was thinking a little more pessimistically. 2nd and 28 for the Raiders. Looks further than that. Maddox Sampton from the gun. We got the playmaker spread out wide right. 3 receivers spread out wide left, including the electrifying Taylor Smith. Hampton back to pass. Going for the home run. He's got the playmaker. The playmaker trying to come back for it. Incomplete pass. The ball was underthrown just a little bit. Good defense there by the Pioneers. Number 1, Jaden Henderson. It's going to be 3rd down and long for the Raiders.
Brings up 3rd and 28.
So 3rd down and 28 for the Raiders. Maddox Sampton looking left, tipped but complete to Q Thompson. Q Thompson scampering around, gets across midfield. Good run after the catch. It's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 yards, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Raiders at the Pioneer 49-yard line. The Raiders are going to punt. So it's hard to come back from an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Again, I don't know who the guilty Raider is, and of course, I don't want to sell anybody out, but that was a crucial mistake that we made there. That's the end of the first quarter. The score: Batesville 7, Nettleton 0. Back in 30 seconds, more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
You love your truck, and Plaza Tire Service is here to help you make it even better with custom wheels, leveling kits, and the area's best selection of light truck tires, ATs, mud tires, and RTs up to 35s and bigger. Plaza Tire Service has the tires you want in stock today, and we'll help you select a great combination that gets your truck exactly the way you want it. In Jonesboro and South Caraway, and now at our newest location on East Johnson Avenue. The biggest selection, the best service, and the lowest prices on light truck tires are at Plaza Tire Service.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. At the end of the first quarter, the start of the second quarter more accurately, your score is Batesville 7, Nettleton 0. Second quarter starts with the Pioneers, with Nettleton about to punt the ball away to the Pioneers. Cortez Smith standing at the Raider 39-yard line. Clark Phillips, the deep snapper. And Cortez boots it. That's a good punt. It's fielded at about the 18-yard line. Fumble on the play, and it looks like it may be recovered by the Raiders. It sure is. Cohen Liggins down there recovers the fumble, and that's a big-time break for the Raiders. Fumbled punt, Raider football right at the 20-yard line.
And who else recovered but Cohen Liggins, man? He's all over the field tonight.
Good hustling special teams play right there by the Raiders. Their junior linebacker, Cohen Liggins, with a big-time play. And that's one of them worm turners right there. That's the kind of play that will turn the momentum in a football game. Let's see if the Raiders can't do something with it. Maddox Sampton from the gun. He's got downtown T.J. Brown and the X-Man in the backfield with him. Batesville elects to take a timeout. We'll take that timeout with them with 11:53 to play in the second quarter. Your score is Batesville 7, Nettleton 0. Back in 30 seconds with more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Hello, I'm estate planning and elder law attorney Chad Oldham. More and more often today, I hear clients tell me that the only thing golden about the golden years is that it takes all the gold to grow old. Don't be a victim of rising healthcare and nursing home costs. Be prepared. Have a plan. Contact us today to find out how we help our clients protect and preserve assets for family and future generations. The Oldham Law Firm, 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, or visit us on the web at oldhamlawfirm.com.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. Hey, have you downloaded that EAB Sports app yet, or EAB Sports Network app? EAB app, I guess is what it is. Holy cow, that's awesome. Do it while you can. 7-0, Batesville with the lead. 11:53 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton, however, on the move. They give to the X-Man, Xavier Harrell, and he is wrestled down by number 46. That's 46, excuse me. That's Jacob Pollitt. It's going to be a short loss, so loss of a couple. Let's see where it's spotted. Actually, they're giving him a gain. The chain gang is deaking me over there. 2nd down and 9 for the Pioneers. For the Raiders. The ball is on the Pioneer 19-yard line. Maddox Sampton with the X-Man, Xavier Harrell. To his right, that is not Xavier. That's downtown T.J. Brown. Mad Dog passes to Q Thompson. Q Thompson running right side, reverses field, looking for some daylight, finds a little bit. He's hit at about the 15-yard line and shoved back. There's a fumble over there, but the play was whistled dead. And it's going to be a gain of about 5. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders. The ball is marked on the Pioneer 14-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Raiders. 10:38 on the clock, and it is ticking. Batesville has a 7-0 lead here in the early part of the second quarter. Maddox Sampson with both of the sophomore running backs in the backfield with him. Both these guys are going to get a lot of touches. T.J. Brown and Xavier Harrell. Good hands, both of them. He gives to downtown T.J. Brown. Downtown T.J. Brown running right side. He's close to the end zone. It's going to be first down at the 1-yard line. It'll be first down and goal to go from the Raiders, and that was a good run by T.J. Brown.
Good run, good blocking, good hole. He found it, ran right through it, and we were knocking on the door of the end zone.
I love to hear Buddy Nichols say first down Raiders. And a stink bug just flies in the broadcast position, the NEA Baptist broadcast position. First down and goal to go for the Raiders. Maddox Hampton stays in at quarterback. He has got the X-Man and downtown T.J. Brown in the backfield with him. He gives to the X-Man Xavier Harrell. Xavier battling for the goal line, and he's going to be stopped short. Tell you, these Pioneers are always tough. That's Mike Townsley, the middle linebacker who stopped him. He's a solid young man, 5'11", 215 pounds. It's a loss of 1. It's going to be second down and goal to go from the 2. Maddox Hampton stays in at quarterback. He's got Xavier and T.J. Brown in the backfield with him. He's going to pass. Looking over the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Nigel Bell and incomplete. It's going to be third down and goal to go from the 2. Third down and goal to go from the 2, and play is whistled dead. I believe the Raiders have taken a timeout. Yeah, timeout. Nettleton will take the timeout with them. The score is 7-0. Batesville with the 7-point lead. 9:25 to play in the second quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds to more Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
First Security has been putting our home state first since 1932, helping fellow Arkansans and their families buy homes, grow businesses, and build futures. Today, First Security is still committed to helping you bank better, providing local solutions and local support in the places we love too. It's community banking with people you know and people you know you can count on. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. So glad to be hanging out with you tonight. Craig Miller and Joseph Newhung in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. Get better with Baptist Healthcare for the next century. Your score is Batesville 7, Nettleton 0. 9:25 to play in the second quarter. However, the Raiders have it. Third down and goal to go at the 2-yard line of the Pioneers. Now Curtis Smith, the playmaker, is in at quarterback. He's got Xavier Harrell at his left tip. Direct snap to Curtis. He is running left side, racing for the pylon, lunges forward, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown Curtis Smith. Touchdown Raiders.
That's some tough running by Kurt right there. He knew he had the speed. He let the blocks develop around the edge, and he waited, and then he finally took his moment. He scored it.
Well, they call him the playmaker for a reason. When you need a couple of yards, give Curtis the ball.
That's right.
That makes the score 7-6. The Pioneer lead cut to 1, and Mason 1. He's out for the PAT. And Joseph, as a longtime Nettleton Raider kicker yourself, you got to be impressed with Mason 1 this season.
Oh, I love Mason. He's worked hard over the summer. I worked with him. He's been working with Colby Golden.
And right on cue, I believe that's 13 straight PATs for Mason 1. He's doing a great job, and it makes the score 7-7 with 9:19 to play in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds, more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Having trouble getting the trailer you need? Silverline Trailers, the largest trailer retailer in the USA, has the perfect solution for you. Guaranteed approval. No credit check required. Get the quality trailer you need at a price you can afford. With over 3,500 trailers available and more coming in daily, we'll find the perfect trailer for you. And at Silverline, we're always looking to hire good people. Visit our website, silverlinetrailer.com, for a location near you. You can stop by our Jonesboro location today at 3711 Stadium Boulevard or call 870-203-0000. Silverline Trailers, your trusted trailer retailer.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. Craig Miller, Joseph Newhong here in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. We're all tied up at 7 after a 2-yard touchdown run by the playmaker and a point after kick by the very reliable Mason Wan. Need to come up with a nickname for Mason, Joseph. That's your assignment for the rest of the game. Come up with a nickname for Joseph. It's a short kick, angles over and is caught at the 43-yard line of the Pioneers. That's where Batesville will take over 1st and 10. They marked it at the 44-yard line, actually. So 1st and 10 Pioneers. Good field position with 9:18 to play in the second quarter. Nettleton will receive the kickoff to start the third quarter. I want to say a shout out to my mom. My mom is, we're in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. My mom has been in the NEA Baptist hospital yesterday, but she is home now and doing much better, and I'm very thankful to that. Her and my dad, she and my dad are watching the Raider football game at home out on Miller Hill. And so get well soon, Mama. You know how much I love you. They give to number 7, and boy, he is hit immediately over there by Keon Stallings, A.D. Burnett as well. It's going to be a loss of 1, tackle for loss. It's going to be 2nd down and 11 for the Pioneers. Big-time play by the Raider defensive line.
The more we contain that run, the more we give ourselves an opportunity to make an explosive play back on offense.
And this Raider defense, they've got to stop when they needed to earlier in the game, the Pioneer first possession. They've got it in them. It's been kind of a rough season for the defensive unit, but there's some talent on that side of the field. They'll get it figured out. 2nd down and 11. They give to number 7, the running back, McLaughlin, and he is brought down after a gain of 1. Damon Coleman, A.D. Burnett in on the stop over there. A.D. celebrating afterwards, and there's a flag on the play, so let's see what this is about. It looks like they may be backing this up. 3rd down and 9 is the situation as is, but let's see what the flag is all about. It's personal foul against the Raiders. Oh, boy. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. The second 15-yard penalty assessed to the Raiders. And I think both of them had to do with a little bit of extracurricular jawing, extracurricular activity after the play. That's the kind of thing that will kill a football team. So let's hope that we cease and desist that type of behavior, because it's hurting our chances of winning this football game. 7-7 the score, 8:07 to play. It's 1st and 10 Pioneers, the ball on the 40-yard line of the Raiders. We've been our own worst enemy tonight. In the I formation, the Pioneers, Greg, the quarterback, under center. They're dropping straight back, throwing deep over the middle. It's incomplete. But there is a flag on the play right about where.
I think he just called PI. He just signaled PI on Isaac Black.
Well, I did not. That was not a catchable ball, number 1. And I didn't see any contact, but, of course, I see the game through black and gold-colored glasses. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm the most biased announcer you're ever going to hear. It is pass interference, and it is against the Raiders. Boy, I sure didn't see it, but that is a 15-yard penalty. It's the difference between high school and professional. In the NFL, that would be a spot foul, and Batesville have it probably 1st and goal on the 9. But it's a 15-yard penalty in high school. I like that better personally. It's 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. The ball is on the 25-yard line of the Raiders. The Pioneers have gained about 30 yards by penalty on this drive. As we continue to shoot ourselves in the foot, they give the ball to the number 7, McLaughlin. He runs right side, has a nice gain of about 7. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 as the Pioneers enter into the Raider red zone. They are at the 18-yard line. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Under center is the quarterback. He pitches to McLaughlin, running left side, has the 1st down, falls forward to the 14-yard line of the Raiders, and that's where Batesville will have it 1st and 10. We're all tied up at 7. 7-7 is your score. 7:32 to play here in the second quarter. Batesville Pioneers coming into this game 0-3. I told you, don't let the record fool you. They had a brutal non-conference schedule. And they are some kind of tough, as always. Right up the middle, and they stopped. Keon Stallings leading the tackle. Damon Coleman, D-Money, the outstanding sophomore linebacker, in on the stop. I tell you, number 24, D-Money. Remember that name, Damon Coleman. He is going to go down as one of the best linebackers in Nettleton history, starting as a sophomore, and he is very physical. Gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for Batesville. Ball is on the 13-yard line of the Raiders. Greg, the quarterback, under center, I formation, gives to McLaughlin, the tailback, right up the middle. That's a touchdown.
Good hold.
12-yard touchdown run for Batesville. So with 6:24 remaining in the second quarter, Batesville takes a 13-7 lead, and McLaughlin, his second touchdown of the game, Owen McLaughlin. Now their stud running back, Damian Nelson, went out with an injury, and we sure hope that that young man is all right. He has not been back, but he is being spelled quite nicely by this Owen McLaughlin. The Batesville kicker is out, and boy, he has got plenty of leg. Kicks it through the uprights. The PAT is good, and that makes the score Batesville 14, Nettleton 7, with 6:24 to play in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds, some more Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
Hi, this is Bob Moore with Moore Air Conditioning. AC issues in the summer interrupt your life in more ways than one. We're here to help. When you need your air conditioning repaired, you need it fast. Get more assurance with the Moore same-day guarantee. We'll send a licensed, trained, and background check technician to your home the same day you call, or you don't pay a service fee. That's the Moore Assurance Guarantee, creating comfort one home at a time. 870-336-2023.
You deserve more. Don't settle for less.
And then it hits. We welcome you back to Raider Field. Craig Miller, Joseph Newhung in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. Calling a good football game here as far as the competitiveness of it. A little disappointed in some of the penalties called against the Raiders, and it has helped Batesville to a 14-7 lead with 6:24 to play in the second quarter. That's your score. Batesville 14, Nettleton 7. 6:24 to play. The good news is Nettleton will receive the opening kickoff in the third quarter. The good news is Nettleton's offense going to have another chance. They got 6:24 on the clock with this quick strike offense. That's plenty of time. Ball goes out of bounds, and I think that's been Batesville's strategy tonight. Kick the ball out of bounds, give the Raiders the ball on the 35-yard line, which is mediocre field position. Well, pretty good field position for the offensive team. But they like their chances better of doing that, I guess, than giving the playmaker or Q Thompson a chance to take one to the house. 1st and 10 from the 35. The Raiders will send out the Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton, the all-conference junior quarterback. In the backfield with him is downtown T.J. Brown. In motion is Caleb Tedder. He gives to downtown T.J. Brown, running right side and moves the pile a couple of yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Raiders. The ball on their own 37. It's Cayman Gates and Garrett Campbell over there on the right side. Zach Davis, the center. Left side is Jerry Hudgens at guard and Ian Landrum at tackle. Curtis Smith in at quarterback, direct snap to him, running right side, looking for the first down. He's going to be a couple of yards shy. He's brought down at about the 43-yard line, and that's where it's going to be 3rd down and 2. 5:47 on the clock. The score is Batesville 14, Nettleton 7. Batesville led 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Nettleton tied it up 7-7 after a Curtis Smith 2-yard touchdown run. But Batesville's outstanding sophomore running back, Owen McLaughlin, with his second touchdown, made it 14-7 after the PAT. 3rd down and 2. Maddox Hampton in the gun, gives to the X-Man, Xavier O'Harrell. He's got the first down. He's across midfield, the 30. He's got room to run. He is finally wrestled down at the 36-yard line of the Pioneers. Big-time gain from the 43 to the 36. 17 plus 14. That's a 31-yard gain by the X-Man, Xavier O'Harrell. First down, Raiders. You understand why they're high on that kid.
Yep.
1st and 10 for the Raiders. Mad Dog Maddox Sampton passes to Q Thompson, right flats. Q fighting for a first down. I believe he's got it inside the 20-yard line. The ball is spotted at the 16, and it's going to be, let's see the spot. It's going to be 1st and 10 Raiders as the chain gang flips it to number 1. And they move the chains. Nettleton has moved the ball very effectively tonight. 5 minutes here in the second quarter. Maddox Sampton in the gun, standing at about the 20-yard line. He gives to the X-Man, Xavier O'Harrell. He loses his footing, lunges forward, gets some positive yardage. It's going to be a gain of about 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders.
To the 14-yard line.
Ball on the 14-yard line of the Pioneers.
2nd and 7.
4:35 on the clock. Nettleton looking to tie it here in the second quarter. Maddox Sampton. In the backfield with him is the 2 outstanding sophomore running backs. Gives to one of them, T.J. Brown. T.J. across the 10-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 3 for the Raiders. 3rd and 4, I should say. 3rd and 4 for the Raiders.
Into brings up 3rd and about 4.
3rd and a long 4. Ball is on the 11-yard line. Maddox Sampton and T.J. Brown in the backfield. Curtis Smith spread out wide to the right. He's on the 1 and the 10-yard marker over near the far sideline. He's looking for the playmaker. It's complete to the playmaker into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. 11-yard touchdown pass from Maddox Sampton to the playmaker. Curtis Smith makes it a 14-13 game.
I think that was just a greatly called drive right there by Coach Wilson. Just being able to execute on the ground and then do a quick little slant to Kurt. Made the play.
Love it. I love it. You said it right there, Joseph. Coach Wilson calling all the right plays there, and Raiders executing, and the PAT, speaking of execution, Mason Wan executes it perfectly, and that makes the score 14-14 with 3:39 remaining in the second quarter. We're all tied up at Nettleton. Back in 30 seconds, some more to Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Enjoy no hassles and no hidden fees when you sign up for a free checking account at First Community Bank. Our free checking account comes with the great features you've come to enjoy and expect, such as bill pay, no minimum balance, no monthly service charge, and no paper statement fees. You can also monitor your checking account through our online banking. Enjoy convenient, worry-free checking and friendly, helpful service from First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. Minimum $50 to open account. Checking accounts without activity may be charged dormant account fees.
14-14 here at Nettleton with 3:39 remaining in the second quarter. I understand I need to make an apology to downtown T.J. Brown. I gave Xavier Harrell credit for that great 31-yard run earlier. So, T.J. Brown, hopefully you're listening to the replay, and hopefully you're no longer mad at Mr. Miller on the count of me giving credit to Xavier for your great run. That was a fantastic run by downtown T.J. Brown, who, mark it down, he's going to go down as one of the greatest football players in Nettleton history by the time he has graduated. So my apologies to TJ and the Brown family. It's 14-14 with 3:39 remaining in the second quarter. Mason Wan's kick is fielded at about the 27-yard line, and the tackle is made by maybe the best defender on Nettleton's team, Kylan Shelton, number 1. Great open field tackle by Kylan, just knocked him out of bounds at the Pioneer 39-yard line. The Pioneers have 3:35 on the clock, And I'm doing some math in my head. Help me out, Joseph. What's 100 minus 39? Is that 61?
Yes, sir.
So they got 61 yards to go. My apologies to Charlene Jernigan and Jim McDaniel. They did their best to learn me some mathematics. The OTMC was a little slow on the uptake. 61 yards, 3:35 to get there. Here come the Pioneers. And they whistle the play dead. That's probably a false start. False start against the Pioneers, and that's a good start for the drive if you are a Nettleton fan, as I am. I understand we have a lot of folks listening in Batesville. I apologize for my homerism. I'll do my best to be more objective. I don't want to get on y'all's nerves. Glad to have y'all watching the broadcast, and this is a good rivalry between two very good schools. Hopefully they won't be so mad at me after I said that, Joseph. First down and 15 for Batesville. Ball on their own 34-yard line. Greg, the quarterback. McLaughlin in motion. It's a high snap over the quarterback's head. Race for the ball. The quarterback, Greg, falls on it way back at the 10-yard line. That's a tough break for the Pioneers. It's going to be second down and, a country mile for the Pioneers. Second down, I don't know. What would you call that? Is that the 12? First down marker is at the 49, 37.
My goodness.
Second and 37. Buddy Nichols said so. So
it has to be right.
It has to be right. Buddy Nichols, the greatest PA guy, longtime PA voice of the Arkansas State University Indians. And it is second down and 37 for the Pioneers. The third 15-yard personal foul called against the Raiders tonight. And also a 15-yard pass interference call. Penalties have killed us tonight. So right at midfield, first and 10 for the Pioneers. They give to the running back McLaughlin, running the left tackle. And boy, there's a little bit of extracurricular activity going on out there. My goodness. Jamarcus Johnson got up very angry and just like he bull rushed his own players. He lost his helmet, and they're telling him to go get it. No flags flying, so Jamarcus, like he lost his temper coming up from that. Second down and 4 for the Pioneers. Boy, they break the huddle, and they run quickly to the line of scrimmage. And now they go back to the huddle, and let's see what is going on. I guess they're just going to re-huddle.
Yeah.
1:42 to play in the second quarter. We're all tied up at 14. Batesville with the ball. And now then they're going to call timeout, I do believe. Yeah, timeout Batesville. They have it when we come back, second and 4 on the Raider 44-yard line. We'll take a 30-second break. All tied up at Nettleton with 1:35 remaining in the second quarter. Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue on Johnson at Hilltop and on Main Street across from Jonesboro High School. Now, I'm from Memphis, and I know barbecue, but there are people from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Demo's Barbecue. No kidding. They come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Demo's. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. 1:36 remaining in the second quarter. We're all tied up at 14. Batesville with the ball. 1:36 to play in the first half. Second down and 4. Ball on the Raider 44. They give to McLaughlin, and he is stopped just short of the first down. It's going to be third down and 1 for the Pioneers. Ball on the 41. We've got a Raider who's slow to get up over there. Batesville trainers checking. I'm not able to see a number just yet. And now then, Nettleton's training staff hustling over there. There are more things, important things in this world, Joseph, than winning or losing a football game, and the health and well-being of these outstanding young men out here representing these two great schools. That's definitely one of them. Prayers for Batesville's excellent running back, Damian Nelson, who left the game with injury earlier was helped off the field. We sure hope that young man is all right, as he is a dynamic football player and a big part of the Pioneer football family. Not sure who the Raider is over there who is down, and since I'm not sure, I'm not going to call out any names. Coach Hampton is over there to check on him as he's being helped up, and that is Q Hollis. Q is a sophomore defensive end, and he's walking under his own power. It looks like his left arm is kind of dangling a little bit, but he's walking under his own power. Maybe he just got a stinger in his shoulder. Let's hope that's all it was, because the Coach Johnson told me before the season started, Q Hollis, he's something special. He's next-level talent. He's a sophomore right now, but getting significant playing time on the varsity level. And he says he has got the tools, so let's hope that he is all right. He's at the sideline now. It is 3rd down and 1 for the Pioneers. They give to McLaughlin like a battering ram. He attacks the line of scrimmage, and he needed 1 yard. He got 1 yard. 1st down for the Pioneers. The clock is at 1:18. They'll stop it just long enough to move the chains. Batesville has 1 timeout. They can stop the clock via timeout 1 time. The clock is rolling. It is at 1:06 right now. The Pioneers have got 39 yards to go. They're going to have to air it out a little bit here, it would seem to me. They give to the fullback. Fullback dive right up the middle. He bulls his way across the 35-yard line of the Raiders. Give me just a second. I'll give you that young man's name. Number 46. That is Jacob Pollitt, the fullback. Gain of 5. It's 2nd down and 5. The ball is at the Raider 35-yard line. 30 seconds on the clock as they snap the ball. They give to McLaughlin right up the middle, and he's met by Keon Stallings, and also in on the stop for Nettleton is number 58, Caden Newson. That's a couple of guys you don't want to run into, I promise you. It's 3rd down and 1, less than 20 seconds now on the clock. I'm kind of surprised Batesville is not attempting to call a timeout. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 1, quarterback sneak. They get the 1st down, but now then they're going to, I sort of say they're going to call a timeout. 3 seconds on the clock. They're going to have to call a timeout to stop the clock, get one more play, and that's what they do. Batesville calls a timeout with 3 seconds. They're going to have time for one more play, just a shot into the end zone. We're all tied up at 14 here at Raider Field. 3 seconds remaining in the first half. Back in 30 seconds, Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
We are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office, then FedEx, or all the way out to UPS terminal, and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail.
361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Pack Mail.
Raider football on the EAB Sports Network. 14-14 the score. 3 seconds remaining in the first half, and Batesville going for the field goal. Jackson Elam is out to attempt a 43-yard field goal for Batesville. This will be the last play of the first half. There's the snap, the hold, the kick. It is good. My goodness, 43-yard field goal as time expires by Jackson Elam gives Batesville a 17-14 lead at the half. We're going to take a 5-minute break. When we come back, we will have the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show. Back in 5, Raider football on NTV. And before we sign off here for 5 minutes, I'm going to tell you the halftime guest is going to be Matt Ragsdale, the principal of Nettleton's STEAM Elementary School. Batesville up 17-14 at a half. Back in 5 minutes. Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Evolve Bank and Trust is now bringing full-service banking to Jonesboro. To celebrate, we're offering you $200 extra. Just open a new checking account with Evolve. Have at least 2 qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more within 90 days. Then we'll deposit $200 extra into your account. It's just that easy. Open a new Evolve checking account and receive an extra $200 in your account, plus free checks for a year. Restrictions apply. Visit getevolved.com/special promotion for more details, or come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make and every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year of free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
Enjoy no hassles and no hidden fees when you sign up for a free checking account at First Community Bank. Our free checking account comes with the great features you've come to enjoy and expect, such as bill pay, no minimum balance, no monthly service charge, and no paper statement fees. You can also monitor your checking account through our online banking. Enjoy convenient, worry-free checking and friendly, helpful service from First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. Minimum $50 to open account. Checking accounts without activity may be charged dormant account fees.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp Document Systems dealer in Jonesboro.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp Document System dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro, 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or remodeling your whole kitchen, the appliances you need are right around the corner with GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's Appliance today and upgrade your home your way with GE Appliances and your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save.
Tucker's Appliance.
When this is the sound of a waterfall in nature, there's no cause for concern. But when it's the sound of water gushing through your living room ceiling because a pipe bursts inside the wall, there's reason to panic unless you pick up the phone and call 1-800-SERVPRO. Only the cleanup and restoration specialists at ServPro can help make fire and water damage like it never even happened. So make the call to 1-800-ServPro at the first sign of water damage. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Or call me, David Ellison, at 870-897-7888 or 870-934-0501 for your next fire or water cleanup.
Hello, I'm estate planning and elder law attorney Chad Oldham. More and more often today, I hear clients tell me that the only thing golden about the golden years is that it takes all the gold to grow old. Don't be a victim of rising healthcare and nursing home costs. Be prepared. Have a plan. Contact us today to find out how we help our clients protect and preserve assets for family and future generations. The Oldham Law Firm, 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, or visit us on the web at oldhamlawfirm.com.
Play It Again Sports wants to pay you money. Now that I have your attention, Play It Again Sports in Jonesboro wants to buy your used sports equipment. You heard me right. If you have something that's either outgrown or no longer being used, bring it to Play It Again Sports now. They're looking for youth and adult baseball and softball equipment, golf, weights and workout equipment, disc golf, you name it. Play It Again Sports can turn it into cash for you. Go by Play It Again Sports at the corner of Highland and Caraway in Jonesboro.
No matter what the season, it's always a great time to go to Wings to Go. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's wrestling, whether it's anything, the wings, the salads, the hamburgers, everything they have at Wings to Go is always flavorful and it's always ready. All that has to happen is you come down and enjoy them. Happy winging from Wings to Go.
And we welcome you back to Raider Field. The Raiders and the Pioneers going at it tonight, and the Pioneers have a 17-14 lead at the half. Want to welcome you into the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show, brought to you by Kavanaugh Auto Group. Check out Kavanaugh's entire selection of new and pre-owned inventory at KavanaughCars.com, and tune in later tonight to the Ticket Radio Network for the Friday Night Lights Scoreboard Show presented by Kavanaugh Auto Group. My man Will Oswalt will have a full recap of everything going on across the area and across the state. That's the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show. That's what we're in right now. I'm talking about the Scoreboard Show is coming on a little bit later. All of it brought to you by Kavanaugh Auto Group. Well, let's recap the game real quick. The Pioneers lead 17-14. They got on the board first with just 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A 35-yard touchdown run by number 7, Owen McLaughlin. The PAT was good. And with 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Batesville led 7-0. The second quarter, Nettleton actually outscored Batesville 14-10. Nettleton's playmaker Cortez Smith with a 2-yard run with 9:19 remaining made the score 7-6. Mason Wan booted the PAT, tied things up at 7. Then Batesville took the lead on a 12-yard run by McLaughlin with 6:24 remaining. That made the score 14-7 after the successful PAT. Then the Raiders tied it up. The Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton, an 11-yard touchdown pass to the playmaker Cortez Smith with 3:39 remaining in the half, made the score 14-14 after the Mason 1 PAT. Then Batesville, with 3 seconds on the clock, a 43-yard field goal. That's right, 43-yard field goal by number 16, Jackson Elam. It was good. It hit the crossbar and bounced through the uprights. A 43-yard field goal. Let me tell you something. I've watched a whole lot of high school football in my life. I could probably count on one hand the number of times I have seen a field goal that long, 43 yards. But that is that's how the first half ended, with a booming Jackson Elam 43-yard field goal. He's a sophomore and plays soccer, I understand. Joseph Newhung smartened me up on him, and man, that young man just booted the ball 43 yards. And that's what he needed. That's what he got. 43 yards exactly, and that gives Batesville a 17-14 lead. That's where we are. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break here in the Kavanaugh Auto halftime show. When we come back in 2 minutes, we're going to have Matt Ragsdale. I used to call him Coach Matt Ragsdale. He was assistant basketball coach at Nettleton. Now I guess he's Mr. Matt Ragsdale. He is the principal at Nettleton Steam Elementary, the newest school in the Nettleton family of schools. He's going to be our special guest on the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show. Back in 2 minutes with Coach Ragsdale. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back with Coach Ragsdale in just 2 minutes. Radio Football on the EAB Sports Network.
In-home care for your loved one? Well, look no further than Cornerstone Caregiving in Jonesboro. Their trusted staff can't wait to meet your loved one. They want to know what cereal they prefer, what music they listen to, what makes them feel most like themselves. They're proud to offer a thoughtful arrangement of services that promise compassionate care for you or your loved one. For more information, visit cornerstonecaregiving.com/Jonesboro. Cornerstone Caregiving, where compassionate care meets you right where you are.
Homeowners and DIYers, it's the biggest event of the year at Home Outlet from September 11th through 23rd, where you can buy now and save more store-wide. Outdated bathroom, upgrade your vanity top, and get a faucet free. Dreaming of a new kitchen? Your favorite sinks are free with a qualifying purchase. Buy any door and get a free handle set. Plus, dozens of other money-saving deals September 11th through 23rd. Visit Home Outlet at 2016 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro.
When a clinic sends a referral for your specialty services, you have a choice. The decision of where you receive care is yours. You can choose the only facility in Eastern Arkansas to receive an A rating in patient safety by Leapfrog, delivering world-class care and an unmatched safety protocol. You have a choice in your healthcare provider. Choose NEA Baptist, where safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
Central Ford in Truman has your vehicle and your back. Call Central Ford today to schedule your service appointment. Central Ford Service Department is even open on Saturdays. Whether you need an oil change, tire rotation, wheel alignment, brake service, battery inspection, or full engine repair, you can count on the service team at Central Ford in Truman. Next time your vehicle needs maintenance, remember Central Ford. Professional, convenient, reliable. Central Ford, exit 29 off I-555 in Truman and online at centralfordtruman.com.
And we welcome you back to the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show. If you're watching on the live stream, you're seeing the Nettleton High School band doing their performance, following the Yellow Brick Road, a Wizard of Oz type production. Great job, Miss Jeffries and the Nettleton Raider Band. We are joined here in the NEA Baptist broadcast position during the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show by our halftime guest. That is Matt Ragsdale, the new principal of Nettleton Steam Elementary. Coach Ragsdale, thank you for being a part of the show tonight.
TMC, I appreciate you having me.
Man,
it's an honor.
It's great to have you here, bro. First things first, let me say that I still miss you at the high school. One of the things I always enjoyed doing is eating lunch and talking St. Louis Cardinal baseball with you. Let's talk about the Cardinals first of all. Let me just ask you. Now, I know you and I, we really would do very well in John Moselak's position.
Absolutely.
You know we would.
We'd win a lot more games this year.
That's right. Speaking of this year, what went wrong this season?
There was a lot of things that went wrong, and it started at the very beginning of the year when, we started out where our offense couldn't hit. We knew going into it that our offense would be pretty good, but we had no pitching. And that was very clear going into it. And then early our offense couldn't do anything, and we had no pitching. So that really hurt early. And then when we actually started hitting, we still had no pitching. And it just continued to get worse, and they're hard to watch currently, very hard to watch.
It is, and we were talking during the break. I'm a Cardinal fan, and I watch. I'm always going to be a Cardinal fan, but this season they have been difficult to watch. You put your finger on something. It seemed like when they were getting good pitching, they wasn't getting good hitting. When they were getting hitting, they weren't getting, and they just seemed to continue to find new ways to lose ball games throughout the season.
Yep.
You add all that together, it's a last place club.
Yep. And hey, we've been diehards. We've been diehards our entire life. You've been in diehard. I've been in diehard, and it's hard to pinpoint a lot of things on this year's club, but this is definitely the worst year that I've seen in my lifetime. I can tell you that. I'm sure it's one of the worst season you've seen in your lifetime. But hey, we can only get better, right?
Exactly. I grew up in the 70s. There was some bad Cardinal baseball in the 70s, really until Whitey Herzog came along.
Man, I miss Whitey.
Oh, he's awesome.
Talking about Ollie right now.
Right.
What would we do if we had some Whitey Herzog going on? Oh, man.
I would love it. I promise you. Love his style of play.
Would love to see some Whitey. Would love to see some Redback. Oh, man.
No doubt.
Tony.
I believe there's a silver lining in every cloud. What's been one thing that you think has gone good this season or that you've enjoyed this season?
So for me, obviously, it's Wainwright getting 200.
Yeah.
He finally got it. I mean, it took him a while. To be honest, there was about the entire month of August, I wasn't sure he was going to get it the way he was pitching. He was going into the third inning and already had 7 or 8 runs on the board, and it was hard to watch him. It was kind of sad to watch him at times. But to win 200 the way that he did in a 1-0 game against Milwaukee, that was pretty cool. The way his teammates, just kind of got together with him, and I feel like that was definitely the one silver lining. If you want to take one silver lining, one positive away from it, is Adam Wainwright for sure. He's had a heck of a career.
Yeah.
Hate to see him go out the way that he went out with the season that he's had, but he got 200, which I feel like was his ultimate goal in coming back. That's why he came back. Ultimately, that's the reason he came back. So I'm happy to see him get that.
One of the good guys in the game,
Absolutely.
For sure, Adam Wainwright. I don't know how anybody could not like Adam Wainwright. Just a good man. And we could argue about this, but I think he's the second greatest starting pitcher in Cardinal history, behind Bob Gibson.
Obviously, Bob Gibson's going to be number one regardless. There's a lot up there.
There is.
I don't know.
There is, and again, that's up for debate. But that's my opinion.
He's definitely top 5. There's no doubt he's top 5. Could make an argument. You got to throw in Chris Carpenter. That was always my guy. I always liked Chris Carpenter.
Yeah. If he would have played his whole season, his whole career in St. Louis, he would definitely be. He would be way up there, and he already is way up there for sure. But yeah, I'm so proud for Adam Wainwright. What a great man, and he's given us at least one positive thing.
There you go.
To talk about.
At least one in the 6 months of 2023 Cardinal baseball.
Coach Matt Ragsdale is our halftime guest. We're at halftime at Raider Field. The score is Batesville 17, Nettleton 14. Coach Ragsdale, you're John Mozeliak. What do you do in the offseason?
Pitching, and pitching. More pitching. You got to go get 3 starters. You got to go get 3 bullpen arms. We've got young talent in the outfield. We got young talent, on the offensive side of things. Obviously, you still got your corner studs. You got Nolan. You got Goldie. You got Wilson Contreras. Mason Wynn, new guy coming up, Jordan Walker. You've got some core pieces that I think are going to be studs coming up. And, of course, your 2 Hall of Famers. But you got to go get pitching. If you don't get pitching this year, you're in for another year like we just saw. But if we can go get three stud pitchers, and they don't necessarily have to be studs, but you got to go get you a 1. You got to go get you an ace. You probably got to get you a 2, and you got to go get you a 3. And then you got to get a couple bullpen pieces as well, because our bullpen is struggling. We'll put it that way.
I've heard it said pitching is so important that you could actually call the sport pitching instead of baseball.
Yep.
It's that important.
It is.
And we found that out this year. Matt Ragsdale, our guest. Let's shift gears and talk about the new gig. You are the principal at Nettleton STEAM Elementary. What are you, 5 weeks in?
It's 5 weeks. I'm loving it.
Awesome.
I'm loving it, Craig. It's been, I've spent 14 years at the secondary level, and now I'm going down to the K2 level. So obviously it's an adjustment. Mm-hmm. Obviously there's a lot of things that I'm learning every single day. I've got a great support staff around me. I've got a lot of people in my corner that I couldn't be happier about. So they've helped me a lot, but it's been fun. It's
awesome.
Been fun. It's a different environment, and I'm enjoying it. I know a lot. My teachers are enjoying being there. We're the smallest school in the district. We only have 180 students in the entire school. 187 if you count pre-K, kindergarten, first and second grade. So we only have 187, which is by far the smallest of the elementary schools. So it's 3 teachers per grade. So it's one of those things that we were able to sell smaller classroom sizes, smaller schools, getting kids in. It was they did a lot. The school board, our district administration did a lot of big things for us, and getting that school ready. They spent a lot of money. They completely renovated the inside of that building. I don't know how many people have been in that building that was, built in the 90s. And, it's been sports services. It's been a pre-K center. It's been a 6th grade center. It's been just about all of the above. But they went in and completely renovated the entire place, which has been really cool to see and to be a part of that process. Had a lot of decisions that I had to make going into that, which was fun. You had to furnish an entire school. We got to got to hire every single teacher. Every single one of those teachers were handpicked. So that was a very, very cool process, and I enjoyed being a part of it.
That's Matt Ragsdale. He is the principal of the newest of the Nettleton family of schools, Nettleton STEAM Elementary. Speaking of your faculty, you really have seemed to put together a top-notch group of teachers over there.
They're all-stars. We talk about the Cardinals. We don't have a lot of all-stars on that Cardinal team right now, but, hey, we've got a lot of all-stars at that STEAM Elementary staff.
Love it. Coach, I still call you Coach because when I met you, you were a coach, and to me, I don't ever apologize for calling somebody Coach. That's an esteemed title to me, calling somebody a Coach.
I'll take it.
But you think you're going to miss coaching basketball?
I miss it every single day.
You do miss it?
I miss it every single day, not going to practice. I'm one of the few that I liked going to practice more than I liked going to the games. That was my time to shine. It was in practice, being the coach and being able to get after them. just that camaraderie and the competition that we were able to instill. Man, that was fun. That was fun, and I will miss it every day. I will miss it every day.
Matt Ragsdale, our guest, he's the principal at Nettleton STEAM. We're at halftime here in the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show. The score is Batesville 17, Nettleton 14. And Coach Ragsdale, speaking of the basketball team, and a great season last year. Holy cow!
Yes,
making it to the state tournament, to the second round of the state tournament. What do you think about the team coming back this year?
I'm going to tell you this. We made it to the quarterfinal and lost to the eventual state champs. And I'll tell you this, man, if, I'll go to my grave saying this. If we were on the other side of that bracket, we're playing in Hot Springs.
Well,
I do believe that. And we got just about everybody coming back. Obviously, you got Taylor Smith and Cortez Smith out here.
The electrifying Taylor Smith.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, those two coming back. Obviously, Cortez didn't finish the season with us. He moved off for a little bit, so he didn't get to end the season with us. But, with those two pieces, then you got Deshaun Jackson, got that great sophomore group coming up.
Yep.
But, we technically only lose one or two starters, from last year's team.
Right, Jordan and D-Rock.
Right. But you bring back the majority of your scoring, which is a huge thing. And I think defensively we'll be just as good, if not better. Offensively we'll be just as good. So it's going to be a fun group to watch. A lot of athleticism, a lot of guys that have won a lot of games. I think everybody's in for a real treat. Definitely in for a real treat.
I love it. I just wish we could get a good head coach.
I know. I've been trying to tell people that all the time. No, Bubba Deaton is a great one. He's one of the best ones we got. Absolutely.
Coach Deaton was. I hate to even say this, Coach Ragsdale, but I asked him to be my guest first, and he turned me down. So you are.
I'm second place again
to Bubba Deaton.
To Bubba Deaton of all people to be second place to, that hurts, man. That hurts.
Yeah, well,
I'm a little disappointed in you.
Hopefully the Raiders will make things better in the second half. We're down 17 to 14 and a half. Your take on the first half so far?
Well, hey, that first drive that we put together with Cortez's big reception gets down to the 20, and then we just shoot ourselves in the foot with all these penalties.
Yeah.
We've done it several times with the penalties. If we can cut down on the penalties, we're the only ones stopping ourselves right now. Every single one of our drives, we should be in the end zone, but we've stopped ourselves every time.
So far, we've been our own worst enemy, and that has allowed Batesville to stay right there with us. In fact, they've taken a 3-point lead here at the half, 17 to 14. Holy cow, 43-yard field goal to end the half.
That's crazy.
You ever seen anything like that in a high school game?
I told the guys over here I'm keeping the board tonight, and I told these guys over here, I said, there is no way he makes this. And then I see him just warm up, and I said, man, that dude's got a boot. I bet he gets this one. So
he got just enough. Coach, we're about to get the second half going. I know you need to go get the scoreboard. Thank you for all you do for Nettleton. Thank you for the great leadership over at STEAM Elementary.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to maybe you can call color on some basketball broadcasts this year.
I would absolutely love to do that. You just let me know anytime, and I'm down to do it.
You're a good man. That's absolutely. Matt Ragsdale, one of the good guys here at Nettleton. Thank you, sir, for being
the TMC.
You're a good friend. The check will be in the mail for saying that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Coach Ragsdale. Go run that scoreboard, and let's get a lot of points on the Nettleton side of it. All right. We're just about to start the second half. This has been the Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime show brought to you by the Kavanaugh Auto Group. Hey, why don't you do this? Wherever you're watching right now, you're probably watching it online. You probably got access to the internets. Why don't you just surf on over, do they still say that? Surfing the internet? Surf on over to KavanaughCars.com, and that's KavanaughCars.com. You can check out Kavanaugh's entire selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Make sure you tune in for the Friday Night Light scoreboard show after the game, brought to you by Kavanaugh Auto Group. The post-game show, the halftime show, the Friday Night Light scoreboard show, all brought to you by Kavanaugh Auto Group. We really appreciate those good people. Next time you're in the market for a new vehicle, remember the folks who bring Raider football to you each and every Friday night. Kavanaugh Auto Group. Nettleton will receive the kickoff at the beginning of the third quarter here. The score is Batesville 17, Nettleton 14, and we are underway. The kick just as about every single one of the Pioneer kicks this game is quickly out of bounds. So Nettleton will take over 1st and 10 from the 35. I'm joined in the NEA Baptist broadcast position by Joseph Newhong and our spotter for the evening, Chris Schropel, the grandson of the great Bud Schropel, the man who brought Sports Talk Radio to Jonesboro. His grandson is maybe following in his grandpa's footsteps, hanging out with us. But Joseph, we need to erase this 3-point deficit, and I have a feeling we're going to do so pretty quickly. The Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton, in the gun. He gives to downtown T.J. Brown. That is T.J. Brown, and T.J. pulls his way forward to the 40-yard line, and it's going to be a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 for the Raiders.
Good strong run there.
Was that Xavier Harrell?
It was T.J.
I told you got to correct me if I said it's Xavier Harrell. You correct me right then.
All right.
Xavier Harrell is in the backfield with the Mad Dog, and Mad Dog looks to the sideline, throws his hands up in exasperation, not happy about something, dropping straight back, looking to throw. He's going deep over the middle. It's complete to Q Thompson. At the 15-yard line, he has brought down a shoestring tackle, and Nettleton in business here in the 3rd quarter. Long pass reception from Mad Dog to Q Thompson. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line of the Pioneers. What a throw by the Mad Dog.
Great speed by Q there as well.
Maddox right back to work, gives to Xavier Harrell. Xavier still moving forward, wrapped up by a couple of 3 white jerseys. It's going to be 2 hard-earned yards for Xavier. Well, we'll call it 1 because Buddy Nichols said so. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Raiders. Ball on the 13-yard line of the Pioneers. Maddox Hampton back to work, shotgun formation. Downtown T.J. Brown and Xavier Harrell, running backs in the backfield with him. Mad Dog looking to pass left side. It is complete inside the 5-yard line to Q Thompson. It is going to be a close to the 1st down. It'd be 3rd down and less than a yard for the Raiders at about the 5-yard line. 10:26 to play in the 3rd quarter. Batesville has a 17 to 14 lead over the Raiders. 3rd down and, like I said, less than a yard for the Raiders. Hampton going to run it himself. Has the 1st down. Touchdown Raiders. Maddox Hampton into the end zone. He did it himself, and it might have been a busted play. Mad Dog says, I can handle it from here, folks. That's a touchdown run from the Mad Dog, and the Raiders are up 20-17.
That's quick thinking by the Mad Dog right there.
It looked like a busted play to me. What do you think?
Yeah, it looked a little busted, but that's one thing about a great quarterback is that he recognizes it and then he makes a play out of nothing.
He saw some daylight and he ran toward it. Mason Wan on to attempt the point after kick, and it's no good. He just hooked it to the left, it looked like. So with 10:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter, your score is now Nettleton 20, Batesville 17. Back in 30 seconds, Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
At First National Bank, our mortgage lending team knows what it takes to make a home and a superior home loan process. Simple, proven, and reliable service with competitive rates at a bank that already feels like home. Since 1889, that's been the First National Bank way, because for our people, this is home. Apply online at fnbank.net/mortgage. From our family to yours, welcome home. First National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Raider football on the EAB Sports Network. It is 20-17. Nettleton has taken their first lead of the ball game. It comes to 10:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Mason Wan on to kick off a high kick that is fielded at the 30-yard line, and Damon Coleman makes the tackle at about the 35-yard line. Kylan Shelton also in on the stop for the Raiders. So Batesville will take over 1st and 10, and the ball will be spotted at their own 38-yard line. 10-17 to play in the third quarter. And Joseph, something tells me this one's going down to the wire.
It's been a shootout so far, and, you know, my gut's telling me that we might be here for a while.
First down and 10 for the Pioneers. Greg, the quarterback, under center, gives to the tailback, and he has brought down Kylan Shelton and Damon Coleman. Keon Stallings also in on the stop. Short gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Pioneers. Ball on the Batesville 39-yard line. Joseph, you notice that the Pioneers, they have a huddle.
Yeah.
That's something you don't see so often anymore. They're the old choir boy huddle. Quarterback tells the players what play that they're about to run. I kind of like that. Old school. A little easier to. Yeah, that's a run right up the middle, and he is hit immediately. I believe that was Damon Coleman. Yeah, it was Nettleton's 24, Damon Coleman. Boy, did you hear those pads pop? No gain on the play, maybe even a tackle for a loss for Damon Coleman. He hit him hard at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
That's a great attribute of a good linebacker right there, just being able to make the pop with the pads.
Yeah, he came up, and that young man he wears number 24. They call him D-Money, Damon Coleman. He is not afraid to lay the lumber. 3rd down and 9 for the Pioneers, and boy, it would be great for the Raider defense to pick up a big stop right here. Greg, the quarterback, he is under center. Rolling back, he's going to pass. Rolling to his left, fires downfield. It is incomplete. Magnum B.A. Brendan Alexander on the defense. Incomplete pass. Good defense by Alexander. The Batesville sideline wanted a pass interference call. Did not get it. It's going to be 4th down and 9 for the Pioneers. Good play by Brendan.
That's some great coverage.
So Batesville sends out their punting unit. 4th and 9, ball on their own 39. Back deep is the playmaker, Curtez Smith. The punter for Batesville is Jace Jeffrey. And let's hope that Mr. Jeffrey does not have the scouting report that you ought not kick the ball to the playmaker. Batesville going to call timeout. A little bit of confusion, a little personnel confusion. So they call timeout. We'll take it with them. 8:47 to play in the third quarter. Nettleton up 20-17 over Batesville. Back in 30, Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
Go outside and play with Jonesboro Cycle and ATV. Jonesboro Cycle is your go-to for all your power sports needs, whether it be off-road, on-road, or on the wall. Check out their inventory of four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles, dirt bikes, cruisers, go-karts, scooters, personal watercrafts, boats, and even boat motors. Jonesboro Cycle is a 185,000 square foot motorsports mecca featuring all the name brands under one roof. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV on U.S. Highway 63 North in Bono and JonesboroCycle.com.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. 8:47 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Nettleton up 20-17 over Batesville. Batesville on to punt. The punter is number 2, Jace Jeffrey, the playmaker, standing at the 30-yard line for the Raiders. And boy, let's hope that they punt it to the playmaker. Oh, it's a shank. He shanked that thing, goes out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. He punted about to the line of scrimmage. Nettleton's going to have excellent field position. Jace Jeffrey he was running to his right, kind of like the rugby-style kick that you see some punters do these days. And unfortunately for him, he mistimed the punt, shanked off of the right side of his foot and out of bounds. Nettleton has excellent field position, 1st and 10 on the Batesville 38. Shout out to Miss Bobby Timmerman, the GOAT, the greatest of all time of all Nettleton teachers. She's listening, watching the game at home on YouTube. Miss T, you are the greatest. Glad that you're able to tune in tonight. Mad Dog Hampton going back to pass. He's going for it all, heading for the playmaker. It's incomplete, a little bit overthrown. The playmaker was well covered, double covered down there. It's fortunate for the Raiders that ball sailed out of bounds. So 2nd down and 10 for Nettleton. They have a 20-17 lead with 8:35 to play in the third quarter. First and 10 for the Raiders. Maddox Hampton in the gun, and Xavier Harrell, the X-Man. T.J. Brown, downtown T.J. Brown in the backfield with him. They give to Xavier Harrell, spins his way to the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3, second down and 7.
Stop at the 36-yard line.
Gain of a couple. It'll actually be third down and 8 for the Raiders. 8:12 to play in the third quarter. Nettleton up by 3, 20-17. Third down and 8. 3 receivers spread out wide right. Downtown T.J. Brown way wide right. Cortez Smith and Caleb Tedder that way too. Mad Dog is going to pass. Rolling to his left, looking downfield. He's hemmed up and he's going to be sacked. So that's a quarterback sack. And on the sack, number 11, Bo Baxter. Number 45, Weston Jeffrey, also a part of the pressure. Loss of a couple. It's going to be fourth down and 9 for Nettleton. And Nettleton is going to go for it. Definite 4-down territory in that part of the field that they're on. It's fourth down and 9. The ball on the Pioneer 37. Mad Dog dropping straight back. Pass is complete to Nigel Bell. He's got the first down. Big time play by Maddox Hampton, finding Nigel Bell on the near sideline. He's out of bounds at about the 20. Big time first down conversion for the Raiders.
Coaches weren't lying when they said that Nigel is one heck of a ball player. Makes a great play right there.
No doubt about it. Nigel Bell, he's a junior wide receiver, transferred into the Nettleton district this year. Man, he is some kind of dynamic player. First and 10 for the Raiders after a big fourth down conversion for Nettleton. They give to downtown T.J. Brown. He runs right up the chute behind Zach Davis, the center. Boy, he's still moving forward down to the 10-yard line. I believe he's got a first down. T.J. Brown, he's kind of known as the lightning of this Thunder and Lightning Raider running back attack, but that time he showed he can bring a little thunder himself. It's a gain of 10 hard-fought yards, and it's going to be, I believe, first down and goal to go for the Raiders, about the 10-yard line. Yeah, first down and goal to go from the 10. So 4 downs to get 10 yards. Nettleton up 20-17. They give to downtown T.J. Brown. He is brought down at about the 5-yard line. A gain of 5. It's going to be second down and goal to go from the 6. Nettleton up 20-17, 6:13 to play in the third quarter. Clock rolling. Maddox Hampton. Shotgun formation. T.J. Brown on his left tip. 3 receivers spread out wide to the right. Caleb Tedder in motion. He winds up in the slot position. They give to T.J. Brown running right side. He's stopped short of the goal line by number 23, Connor Foree. It's going to be third down and goal to go from the 3. Third down and goal to go from the 3, and looks like they are bringing in the Donkey Kong package. The heavy set. The Raiders are, Cortez Smith is going to be the quarterback. The old Wild Raider formation, heavy on the left side of the line. Let's see if they don't run that direction. He gives to T.J. Brown. T.J. Brown lunges toward the end zone, and he is stopped just short. It's going to be fourth down and goal to go from the 1, inside the 1-yard line. Fourth down and goal. Big time play coming up right here, Joseph. The Raiders looking to go ahead by 9 if they get this. 20-17 to score right now. Started to say 10. I'm just assuming the Mason 1 PAT. Cortez gives to downtown T.J. Brown into the end zone. Touchdown T.J. Brown. Touchdown Raiders. The Raiders up 26-17.
That's a great play call right there. They just kept running it down the throat to T.J. Brown, and, you know, keeps working it in there, and then eventually it paid off.
T.J. Brown, big time performance on that drive. The sophomore running back, let me tell you something, that young man is some kind of dynamic athlete. Basketball court and football field. Mason Wan's kick is up and good, and the Raiders have a 2-score lead. It's 27-17 over Batesville with 4:34 to play in the third quarter. Don't you go anywhere, folks. The Pioneers, I promise you, will not be going anywhere. We got ourselves a good high school football game here. Back in 30 seconds with more of it, EAB Sports Network.
Greenway proudly supports the DIYer in you. Whether you're a mover, a shaker, a groundbreaker, a risk taker, a challenge embracer, or a landscape visionary, whatever the task, we've got a John Deere tractor that can help move your project forward. You've got work to do, so let's get started. Reserve yours today in store or at gogreenway.com.
There may or may not have been some Jackie Fargo strutting going on up here in the Raider broadcast booth. The NEA Baptist broadcast position. Healthcare for the next century is NEA Baptist. The Raiders up 27-17. They have scored 10 unanswered points. The kickoff is fumbled at the 25. A swarm of Raiders surround the ball carrier. He evades them, and then he is just hammered by Cohen Liggins. I believe that was Cohen who made the tackle. It was number 44, just tattooed the returner for the Pioneers. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers at the 34-yard line after a big hit by Cohen Liggins.
He laid the boom on that one.
He's been doing that all year. You mentioned, Cohen started as a sophomore last year. He was rather undersized for a high school linebacker, but he's spent some time in the weight room, obviously, and he's a good-sized young man. Very cerebral, very good linebacker. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Greg, the quarterback, under center. Gives to the tailback, McLaughlin. Boy, he lowers his shoulder and bulls his way to the 40-yard line. Good, tough run by McLaughlin. He's got 2 touchdowns on the night. He's got a 6-yard gain right there. It's 2nd down and 4. He's a tough running back.
Yep.
Owen McLaughlin. I hope I'm saying his last name right. McLaughlin. McLaughlin. Maybe McLaughlin. My apologies. If anybody that's listening from Batesville would correct me, feel free to. And definitely want to give these young men the credit they deserve. He's a sophomore, 5'8", 170, and he is a hard-nosed football player. 2nd down and 4 for Batesville, and they elect to take a timeout. That is their 2nd timeout of the half. They only have 1 left. It comes to 3:47 remaining in the third quarter. Nettleton up 27-17. Back in 30 seconds, Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
The team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been taking care of our local athletes for over 40 years. And now they have 2 locations with JOSM on Main and the all-new JOSM on Matthews. Inside St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center with non-operative providers Dr. J.T. Fisher and the newest addition to the staff, Dr. Morgan Benefield. Call 932-1820. Find them on Facebook and at JonesboroOrtho.com. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
Raider football on the EAB Sports Network. 3:47 to play in the third quarter. Your scores: Nettleton 27, Batesville 17. It's 2nd down and 4 for the Pioneers as they break the choir boy huddle, trot to the line of scrimmage. Ball is on the Pioneer 40-yard line. Greg, the quarterback, under center. A little movement on the line there, but nobody offsides. Fumble on the play. And it looks like the Raiders have it. Fumble on the play. The Raiders have it. That's Kylan Shelton who recovered the fumble. Nobody forced it. The Batesville running back just coughed it up, and a big-time turnover for the Raiders. They're going to have the ball. Excellent field position. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Raiders on the 43-yard line of the Pioneers.
I heard somewhere that once, the other team makes a really big mistake, you get good for position, you take a shot. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're calling for a touchdown real soon.
We will definitely see here in just a second. That's one thing that the Raiders have done numerous times tonight is they've taken long shots on 1st down. That's how they started this game. They lead by 10. It's 27-17. Nettleton up by 10 with 3:41 to play in the third quarter. The Mad Dog gives to downtown T.J. Brown, knifing his way through the Batesville defense for a gain of 10. It's going to be a first down for the Raiders as T.J. Brown does T.J. Brown type stuff. Good run by the sophomore running back. Joined by Nettleton SRO Sheridan Whites. I feel like I'm in trouble here for some reason. Sheridan Whites into the broadcast booth. He's smiling. Thankfully, it looks like he has hauled me out of more than one Nettleton athletic event in cuffs. So thankfully that's not the case right now. Always good to have Officer Whites. We appreciate him and the great service he provides to our school. Nettleton gives to Xavier Harrell, the X-Man, dragging 3 or 4 white jerseys down the field inside the 20-yard line, or actually the 25-yard line, close to a first down. That's going to be a gain of 10, or at least 9 3/4. Let's see if they spot him first down. It's going to be a first down. It sure is. A good tough run by the X-Man, Xavier Harrell.
He just doesn't stop moving.
Coach Hampton said at the beginning of the year he reminded him lower body, the way he's built, like a young Barry Sanders. Very muscular young man, lower body. They get to downtown T.J. Brown, bounces out right side, close to first down yardage. He's still on his feet inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be first down and goal to go for the Raiders inside the 5, but there is some laundry on the field. A flag on the play. It's laying inside the 20-yard line, and that's the Raider faithful is cheering over here. Usually that means that it's against Batesville. Let's see if they saw a preliminary indication that I missed. That's against the Raiders. Illegal block in the back against the Raiders, so that excellent run by downtown T.J. Brown will be brought back. 2:32 to play in the third quarter. The score is Nettleton 27, Batesville 17. The Raiders trailed 17-14 at half, and they have owned the third quarter. First and 15 for the Raiders. The ball on the 28-yard line of the Pioneers. The Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton, in the gun. He's got downtown T.J. Brown on his left hip. He gives it to downtown T.J. Brown. T.J. running right side of the line of scrimmage, and he gets a gain of 5. It's going to be second down and 10 for the Raiders. And T.J. Brown continues to chew up yardage. Second down and 10, and we do have an injury timeout. One of the young men on the Batesville team is a little bit shaken up, laying down. And good to see Jerry Hudgens and downtown T.J. Brown helping him up. Been a little bit chippy out there tonight, and that's something you like to see. Jerry and T.J. helping the injured Pioneer up. Thankfully, he's up and he runs to the sideline. He is healthy and well, and that's good news. Second down and 10 for the Raiders. Maddox Hampton, the all-conference junior quarterback, goes back to work leading this Raider offensive unit. The playmaker, Curtis Smith, spread out wide to the right. Q Thompson and the electrifying Taylor Smith to the left. Q Thompson in motion. The Mad Dog's going to pass. He's going to the end zone, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by number 19, Talon Foree. Talon Foree with the interception, and that's a turnover. It comes with 2:08 remaining in the third quarter. Nettleton up 27-17, and I tell you, we got a 10-point lead, but it would have been nice to score on that drive, but due to the interception by Connor Foree of the Pioneers, it's just not meant to be.
There's just a little bit of miscommunication there when everybody was going.
Yeah, it looked like the playmaker was the intended receiver, but he zigged, and somehow or another the Mad Dog thought he was going to zag, and bada bing, bada boom, interception. And the Pioneers with the ball, intercepted in the end zone, so it'll be first and 10 for the Pioneers at the 20. Shout out to my man TJ Palazzi, Coach Nick Palazzi's dad, and hope that he's able to listen to the game tonight, a great Pioneer fan. They give to McLaughlin, and he is stopped by Kylan Shelton, Caden Newsom. Damon Coleman also in on the stop for the Raiders, a gain of a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Pioneers, the ball on their own 22-yard line. Clock is at 1:47 and ticking. The Pioneers, who led the Raiders at half, 17-14. The Raiders came out and they scored on a Mad Dog Hampton, Maddox Hampton 5-yard touchdown run, and then a downtown T.J. Brown 1-yard touchdown run. They have outscored Batesville 13-0 in the third quarter. Run on the left side, I believe that was McLaughlin, the ball carrier. And it's going to be a gain of 3. Will bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Pioneers. And we have an injured Raider on the field. I believe that is Cohen Liggins, who is the injured Raider. Cohen, who is such a big part of this Raider defense, appears to be in a great amount of pain. Let's hope that he's all right. Nick, our head trainer, is down there checking on him. Coach Hampton is making his way out there. And Cohen, I didn't see exactly what happened. He seems to be something upper body, maybe his right shoulder or right arm. Don't want to conjecture too much, but it doesn't look like a leg injury. Don't know if that's good news or bad news. The bad news is Cohen Liggins is laying flat of his back at the 25-yard line of the Raiders. Injury timeout on the field. We'll keep it right here because it looks like Cohen is getting up. He's getting some help from Nick. He's walking under his own power. That's good news. He's running now. He's jogging to the sideline. Seems to be favoring his right arm a little bit. I believe he probably just got maybe a stinger over there, not sure, but he's fine. Something tells me if I know Cohen Liggins, he's going to be back out there quickly. 3rd down and 4 for the Pioneers. The score is Nettleton 27, Batesville 17, 1:09 to play in the third quarter. After the injury timeout, Batesville, the Pioneers are back at it. See, my man T.J. Palazzi is indeed watching, and glad to know that he's one of the good guys in this world for sure. Outstanding catcher for the ASU Indians back in the day. Just a good dude. His son, I know he's proud of, Nick Palazzi, one of the coaches at Nettleton. McLaughlin gets the first down for the Pioneers. Needed 4, got about 7. Clock stops with 1:04, and the Pioneers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Less than a minute to play now in the third quarter. Nettleton's up 27-17.
And just like that, Cohen's right back on the field.
Yeah, I knew Cohen wouldn't be that long. A young man, he's as tough as a $2 steak. Batesville gets to McLaughlin, running left side. He has got a couple of yards, positive yardage. Making the tackle is Damon Coleman. Correction, that's Isaac Black, I believe, on the stop. Isaac Black stops him after a gain of 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7, and that very well may be the last play of the third quarter. The clock is at 10. I don't know if they're going to try to get one more play. They're hustling to the line right now. I believe they will. It's 5 seconds, 4. And the buzzer sounds, the whistles blow. That's the end of the third quarter. Nettleton's up 10, 27-17. Fourth quarter when we come back. Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Need top-notch farming and lawn gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brooklyn. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brooklyn. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. Nettleton leads Batesville 27-17 as we are getting ready to start the fourth quarter. So glad to have you hanging out with us at Raider Field. Got my man Justin Cogburn down there. Good to see Justin. I see Johnny Morgan, Brian Morgan, one of my old buddies from the class of 89. Joseph, you know that's the best class ever, a class of 89. I'll take that as a yes. You know exactly. That's Joseph Newhung calling color. We're glad to have Joseph. He was the kicker for the Raiders the last 3 years, a star soccer player, one of the best students I've ever had. He's kind enough to join me in the broadcast booth tonight, along with Chris Schropel, who is spotting for us and watching and learning. And glad to have C-Money. That's what the students at Nettleton call him, C-Money. Glad to have Chris in the booth. Fourth quarter about to get underway. Nettleton's up 27-17. Batesville has it 2nd and 7 on their own 37. I formation. Greg dropping back to pass. Under pressure, Jamarcus Johnson, and he is just hammered by D-Money, number 24. That's Damon Coleman, the sensational sophomore linebacker. Quarterback sack, loss of 10 yards, 2nd down and 10 for the Pioneers. I say 2nd down. Holy cow, that was some kind of hit. It's confused me. I've lost I think the chain gang has too. Maybe 3rd down. We have an injured Pioneer. It's 3rd down and about 20 for the Pioneers. That's a loss. That's a big loss on that play. It's a loss of about 13, I believe.
I believe it was Jamarcus that got free at first, and then, Coleman sniffed it out and finished the play. Yeah, the Batesville quarterback, Riley Gregg, he saw big number 60, Jamarcus Johnson, in his grill. He evaded him, and Damon Coleman said, "How do you do, Mrs. Wiley? No coffee, tea, or punch, please." And he planted him down at about the 24-yard line. And we have an injured Pioneer. We'll see if we... Evidently, he's all right. He's up and to the sideline. Forgive me for not catching the number. But it's 3rd down and very long for Batesville. 3rd and 20 from their own 24 here in the fourth quarter. Nettleton up 27-17 at the outset of the fourth quarter. Long pass. It is picked off by Brendan Alexander. Magnum B.A. Brendan Alexander with his 2nd interception of the year, and it's Raider football. Big-time pick by Brendan Alexander. Woo, mercy daddy. He saw it the whole way through. He waited on it, made a play on it, and that's exactly the type of defensive play that we need to help get this offense going and just try to steal the game off.
The Pioneers brought in a sophomore quarterback, Cole Bentz. That young man's got a big-time arm. Threw it deep down the field, unfortunately for him, into the arms of the man they call B3, B.A., Brendan Alexander. It's 1st and 10 Raiders. They have a 2-score lead with 11:23 to play. The score is Nettleton 27, Batesville 17.
35-yard line, 1st and 10 Raiders.
Maddox Sampson back to work as the operator of this high-octane Nettleton Raider offense. He's got the sophomore running backs on either side of him. He gives to T.J. Brown. T.J. Brown running left side, and he is stopped after a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Raiders. Nettleton likes to go fast, Joseph. They're like Ricky Bobby in that way. They like to go fast. Something tells me, though, with a 10-point lead here and just under 11 minutes to play in the fourth quarter, they're going to start massaging the clock just a little bit. Maddox Sampson, the quarterback, and the play is whistled dead. Going to be a false start against the Raiders. So instead of 2nd down and 8, it's going to be 2nd down and 13. Ball will be spotted at the Raider 32-yard line. Raiders up 10 with 10:49 to play in the game. 27-17 the score.
Maddox Sampton from the gun gives to the X-Man, Xavier Harrell, running left side, brought down by a couple of Pioneers. I believe that is number 19 who led the tackle, wrapped him up. That's Talon Foree, who made an interception just a few minutes ago. Gain of 5 brings up 3rd down and 8 for the Raiders. 10:25 to play in the game. Nettleton with a 27-17 lead. 3rd down and 8. Empty backfield. Mad Dog back to pass. Rolling now to his left. Fires downfield. It is in and out of the hands of number 18. That's Nigel Bell. Incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down and 8, and Curtis Smith will come out to punt for, I believe, the 2nd time in this game.
Good and fortunate there.
The ball may have been deflected by the Batesville defenders. A little far for the 52-year-old eyes of the TMC to see, but Nigel Bell unable to haul it in, and 4th down and 8. Good job by the Batesville defense, forcing the Raiders to punt. 10:09 to play. The clock stopped with the incomplete pass. Raiders up by 10, 27-17. It's a high, short punt. Hopefully we get a Nettleton Raider bounce. We do. And it is downed by Brandon Alexander at the 32-yard line of the Pioneers. That's where Batesville will take over 1st and 10. Raider defense, who pitched a shutout in the 3rd quarter. They're playing with a lot of energy. It's a unit that's going to get it figured out. They've struggled throughout the season. When they get it figured out, this is going to be a tough Nettleton Raider team. They lead 27-17 over Batesville. Shout out to our man Jacob Linderman running the down camera. Isabella Devereaux and Max Samples running the up camera tonight. Joseph Newhung, Craig Miller here in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. Healthcare for the next century. Batesville has it 1st and 10. They give to McLaughlin. McLaughlin squirts through the right side of the offensive line and has a gain of about 6. 2nd down and 4 for the Pioneers. Ball on their own 38-yard line. Jamarcus Johnson hustles out to the field. So does Caden Newsom. Out comes Isaac Black and big number 77, Demarion Jackson. Big sophomore defensive lineman. So 2nd down and 4 for the Pioneers. We're in the 4th quarter. The Raiders up by 10. Greg gives to number 7, McLaughlin. Boy, he's a good running back. I guarantee you that. He's got the 1st down. Pile moves all the way to the 46-yard line, 47-yard line. That's where the far line judge has it lined up. And he's the guy next to the chain gang. What he says goes. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. And we have another Raider who is shaken up. I believe that's Caden Newsom. Caden is shaking his head. He's getting up. He hated to see Nick come out there. He didn't want to be removed for the game, even if it's for one play. But Caden Newsom, let me tell you something. That young man, he is a ball player. He was a hero in the Southside game last year. You remember that.
I remember.
Blocked the field goal. Good young man. I'm a Caden Newsom fan, and he's in some pain right now. He run over to the sideline under his own power, and then he immediately drops down. We may be looking at a cramp. I'm not real sure. It's his lower right leg, it looks like, and let's hope that it's something like that. So he's getting some medical attention on the near sideline. Coach Johnson out giving some instructions to his defensive unit. Good to see Coach Johnson down on the sideline. He's been up in the booth down on the sideline tonight. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. They trail the Raiders 27-17 here in the 4th quarter. They give to McLaughlin. He's got some running room right side. Lowers his shoulder. Runs over Nigel Bell on the far sideline. Falls out of bounds, but not before he has a nice gain, a gain of about 7. 2nd down and 7 for the Pioneers. They trail by 10 with 8:59 to play.
I'll tell you, McLaughlin's done great.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. Quarterback sneak, trying to get those 3 yards. Raider defensive line stands them up. They get a yard, maybe 2. Looking for the line judge. He come running in, and the chain gang has got about marked 3rd down and 1 at the 44-yard line. Clock is at 8:33 and ticking. Another quarterback sneak. Boy, it's going to be close. Powell continues to move forward. The quarterback, Greg, on the quarterback sneak. Going to be close to a 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. 1st down. So he needed a yard. He got about 1.5 yards. Looked like a little bit of a late surge. So a good job by that Batesville offensive line and their quarterback, Riley Gregg. Injury timeout on the field for the Raiders. And I believe that may be Jamarcus that's down. Jamarcus Johnson. It is Jamarcus. I can see the number 60. Jamarcus is getting up. He wears number 60 in honor of Big Larry James. Outstanding offensive lineman from the class of '89, which all Nettleton historians are in unanimous agreement, the greatest class in Nettleton history. Jamarcus is all right. That's good news. He's jogging to the sideline to get a little bit of attention from the training staff. 8:21 to play in the game. The score is Nettleton 27, Batesville 17. Batesville has the ball. They are driving. Clock is ticking. 8:18 as I glance toward the new scoreboard here at Nettleton. 1st and 10 for the Pioneers. Dropping straight back is Gregg, and they throw a flag. I believe that's going to be a false start against the Pioneers. I believe it will be. I do not know it to be. So let's see what the call is. Oh, it's offsides against the Raiders. So there's wishful thinking on my part, I guess. 1st and 5 for the Pioneers. 8:09 to play. Clock ticking now. 8:05 as they hustle to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 5 for the Pioneers. Running from the I formation, they give to McLaughlin, running right up the middle. He is got a gain of about 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 for the Pioneers. The ball marked on the Raider 34-yard line. Well, they're going fast now, Joseph. Toss sweep out to McLaughlin. The quarterback fell as he tossed it, but the toss was good, and it's a 1st down. They're going to move the chains just long enough. They'll stop the clock just long enough to move the chains. 7:35 now on the clock. Nettleton's up 27-17. Batesville with this I formation, they've been able to move the ball fairly effectively tonight. Just takes a lot of time to do so. Gregg, the quarterback, he's throws downfield incomplete. Good defense over there by Brandon Alexander. Is intended for Jaden Henderson. Brandon Henderson again with good defense over there. He's a good cornerback.
That was some great coverage. Stuck his hand out, got the deflection, made sure that there wasn't a big chunk of yards earned right there.
2nd down and 10 for the Pioneers. The incomplete pass stops the clock at 7:11. Brandon Anderson has an interception tonight as well as that deflected pass right there. So Batesville driving. 2nd and 10 at the Raider 30. They trail by 10. They give to McLaughlin. He's got some running room. He's got a 1st down, and he finds the sideline. They're in the red zone. It's going to be 1st and 10 Pioneers from about the 15 after a gain of 15 from their talented sophomore running back, Owen McLaughlin. Boy, they're hustling. I don't know if they got the ball set. They run a play. It's like a quarterback sneak. I don't know if they got the ball set or not. Let's see what the referee says. It's a gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 for the Pioneers. They're flat going fast. 6:40 to play in the game. Nettleton up 27-17. Batesville driving, however. They got the ball inside the red zone. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Pioneers on the Raider 13-yard line. I formation. Greg, the quarterback, under center. Gives to McLaughlin. He runs right side. He stood up there by the Raider defensive line. Caden Newsom leading the tackle for the Raiders. Also in on the stop, Clark Phillips. Are you serious, Clark? Jamarcus Johnson in on the play as well. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 for the Pioneers. Clock is at 5:55 and ticking. Nettleton leads 27-17. Nettleton took their first lead of the ball game in the 3rd quarter, and they've held that lead ever since. We're in the 4th quarter right now, 5:43 to play. 3rd down and 7 for the Pioneers. Greg from under center, I formation. He fakes to the tailback. Now he's going to pass. Rolling out to the left. The pass is complete inside the 10-yard line to number 46. That's Jacob Pollitt. He is tackled by Kylan Shelton. It's going to be 4th down and 4 for the Pioneers on the 8-yard line. Big-time play right here with 5:10 on the clock. This is the play of the game right here, Joseph. Stop them. And it's going to be awfully tough for the Pioneers to come back and to defeat the Raiders tonight. They trail by 2 scores, 27-17. It's a 2-possession game with 4:55 to play in the 4th quarter of play. Scary Jerry says, well, well, well. That is something Scary Jerry would say. 4th down and 4 for the Pioneers. Under center is Greg. A little bit of confusion from Batesville. And it's going to be delay of game, I believe. Sure enough, delay of game against Batesville. So it was 4th and 4. Now it's going to be 4th down and 9. I think they were maybe trying to draw the Raiders off sides. Nothing doing. And they're going to go for a field goal, it looks like, Joseph.
Yep. I mean, that's what I would do.
If I had Jackson Elam on my team, I think I would do that too. Jackson Elam, the sophomore kicker for the Pioneers, he booted a 43-yard field goal to end the first half and give Batesville a 17-14 lead. This is going to be a 30-yard field goal, well within the young man's range. He's got some kind of leg. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 4:33 remaining in the game, Nettleton now leads 27-20. Back in 30 seconds with more Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
Across Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud the extra effort from neighbors like you that make our local schools and activities an integral part of our community. Working as a team to help you reach your goals is a perfect game plan for success. The Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville, finally a bank in your corner. MeBanking.com, member FDIC.
Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network. 4:33 to play in the game. Nettleton has a 7-point lead over Batesville. The score is Nettleton 27, Batesville 20. Batesville just scored on the second field goal of the game by number 16, Jackson Elam. And you got to figure onside kick coming here, don't you? With 4:33 to play in the game and Batesville not really all game long, they've struggled to stop this Raider offense. You would think an onside kick would be forthcoming.
That's what I would think.
The Batesville Pioneer kicker
looks like
is not Elam.
I believe it's Aldo Gallardo.
Thank you.
Number 39.
Gallardo, it sure is. Well, let's see if they go onside. That's fully what I expect them to do. It is an onside kick, and they're going to whistle it. I think that was offsides against Batesville. So they'll back it up to the 35-yard line and re-kick it.
I will say that, that right side of our hands team better be ready because that was a pretty good pop on that onside kick he got there.
They got the playmaker over there. They got Xavier Harrell, the hands team. They got Kylan Goodlow over there as well. Teddy, A.D. Blackburn. They got Cohen Liggins on that left side where they're thinking that the onside kick's going to go. They definitely got some good ball players over there with good hands. That is the Good Hands Club. So now it comes down to catching the football before the Pioneers get it. It's got to go 10 yards by rule. It's got to go 10 yards. After 10 yards, it's a live ball. Batesville gets it They got it. Onside kick, and it didn't go 10 yards. It did not go 10 yards, and it's recovered by the Raiders, which renders the point moot. That's Nettleton's number 12. Right said Fred. Fred Adkins with a big-time play. He recovers the onside kick, and Nettleton will take over 1st and 10 from the Batesville 44-yard line. They have a 7-point lead with 4:33 to play in the game. Batesville has 1 timeout. Nettleton has 3. Maddox Sampton in the gun. He's standing on the 50-yard line. He gives to T.J. Brown. T.J. running right up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 3, maybe 4. Gain of 4, Buddy Nichols says. 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 40. Clock ticking. 4:15 to play. Batesville can stop at 1 time. They've got a 1 timeout. Nettleton letting the clock roll. That's the play right now, Joseph. The play clock is at 15. Game clock is under 4 minutes, is at 3:55. In motion goes the playmaker. Maddox Sampton gives to downtown T.J. Brown. T.J. Brown runs down to the 35-yard line. He's running behind the blocking of Caleb Tedder. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Raiders. The clock is at 3:35. First down here would be huge for the Raiders. As the Nettleton at the point right now, we're running the clock down. Play clock is at 15. Game clock is at 3:18. Maddox Sampton, actually Curtis Smith in at quarterback. Curtis Smith from the Wild Raider. He's going to run it himself. He's got the first down. Got the first down. A gain of 3, maybe 4 yards. First down, Raiders at the 31-yard line. The clock is at 3:06. They're going to stop it long enough to move the chains. Now they start it up. 3 minutes on the clock. And the Raiders with a 27-20 lead here in the 4th quarter. Curtis Smith back out as quarterback. The Wild Raider formation. 2:43 on the clock as Curtis takes a snap, hands it to downtown T.J. Brown. He is tackled by number 9. That's Hayden Huckabee. Gain of 1. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. 2:22 on the clock. And officials timeout for injury. Number 58 for the Pioneers, the one who's shaken up. That is Carlos Espericueta. He jogs out, and they put 25 seconds on the play clock. Now then they're telling them to, well, they're raising the roof. That's what the referee says, raise the roof. Don't know what that means, I'm going to be honest with you. I hope it means start the clock, but evidently it's not. The clock is not starting. Now then he's saying wind the clock. I think that he was saying put 40 seconds on the game clock. Now there's 40 seconds on the play clock, I should say, 35. 2:14. If we're smart, we're going to let that play clock roll all the way down before we snap. Maddox Sampton in at quarterback, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's letting the clock roll. 2 minutes on the clock, 18 seconds on the play clock. 2nd down and 9 for the Raiders. I'm trying to do the math in my head. I think one more first down, we got it. That's what Xavier Harrell's got it. Xavier Harrell at the 10, at the 5. Xavier Harrell, touchdown Raiders.
That's just amazing. All game, the offensive line has been creating these holes for the running backs, and Xavier Harrell finds it, and he's got the quick burst of speed and the acceleration, and he keeps it going, and another Raider touchdown.
Makes the score 33-20. Nettleton hoping for a first down to put the game on ice. They got a touchdown. Makes the score 33-20. I think we'll take that. Nice job by the X-Man. And boy, he's right there in your grill. Was that X-Man or was that T.J. Brown?
That was the X-Man.
That was the X-Man. Okay, T.J. Brown right there in our grill in the on the replay as I was looking at it. Mason Wan kicks the extra point, gives Nettleton a 14-point lead with 1:40 to play. 34-20 the score. Nettleton up 14 over the Pioneers with 1:40 in the game. Back in 30 seconds, Raider football on the EAB Sports Network.
You know your child's heart. And at Arkansas Children's Heart Institute, we know how to care for it. Ranked again by U.S. News and World Report, our cardiology program continues to champion patients and produce exceptional outcomes for families. At Arkansas Children's Hospital Jonesboro Clinic, we give your child the care they need close to home. Whether it's a heart murmur or a congenital heart disease lesion, our pediatric cardiology experts offer exceptional care. Visit archildrens.org/NEA to learn more today.
Raiders up 34-20 with 1:40 to play in the game after an Xavier Harrell 30-yard touchdown scamper. Mason Wan on to kick. High kick near sideline, fielded at the 35-yard line by number 15. Colin Shelton on the stop. Number 19. That is Talon Forey. Young man's had a good game. I've called his name several times, including for an interception. We got Kobe Miller in the house tonight. The Dirtbag is shaking hands and talking to folks. Glad to see Kobe. He was a key part of the last two Raider football teams as the right guard. And also my favorite son, the old Dirtbag, Kobe Miller. Good to see Kobe out supporting the Raiders. He came tonight to see Coach Pitts.
That's right.
Coach Blake Pitts, who's the offensive line coach at Little Rock Parkview, who just might be the best football team in the state right now. Coach Pitts was at Nettleton 2 years ago. He's at Little Rock Parkview now. Batesville back to work. They trail by 14 with less than 2 minutes to play. Under pressure, Greg throws it out of bounds. I believe it was intended on the far sideline for Jace Jeffrey. Incomplete. Pioneers have it 2nd down and 10 on their own 40. The score is Nettleton 34, Batesville 20. 1:26 to play in the game. And barring a football miracle for the Pioneers, the Raiders will move to 3-1 on the season, 1-0 in conference. Batesville will fall to 0-4, 0-1 in conference. Batesville, one of the greatest programs in the state of Arkansas. Always tough. Fumbled snap, but he recovers. Now he throws downfield. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Nettleton's number 18, Nigel Bell. Boy, he is fighting his way forward, but he's brought down finally at the 40-yard line. Nigel Bell with the interception, and that will put this thing on ice.
I believe it will. Victory formation, the greatest formation in all of football.
I guarantee you I'm a fan of it whenever the Raiders whenever the Raiders line up in it. I will promise you that. 1:13 to play in the game, and so the Raiders will have to take a couple of snaps, and then it will be on to the celebration, singing the alma mater, and joy in Nettleton tonight as the Raiders will move to 3-1 on the season after a hard-fought victory over the Pioneers. Shout out to my old buddy Jeremy Long. I see his name on the YouTube. One of my best friends from childhood. On several football teams with Jeremy. Glad you're watching, old buddy, from the class of '89. Maddox Hampton takes a knee, victory formation. We'll have to do that one more time, and then it'll be on to the celebration. Joy in Nettleton tonight as Nettleton trailed at halftime 17-14, but dominated the second half. They outscored Batesville 13-0 in the third quarter, and they have outscored them 7-3 in the fourth quarter. Good to see Nettleton establishing itself as a second half team. Maddox takes the snap, kneels down, and that'll do it, folks. That'll be the last snap of the game. Also good to see the legendary Amy Carter at the game tonight. She is a matriarch of the world-famous Carter family, Nettleton, including our athletic director. That's Brian Carter. That's Coach Carter's, Mr. Carter's grandmother, and just an awesome, godly young lady if you call 92 years old a young lady. That'll do it, folks. Clock strikes 0, and the final score, Nettleton 34, Batesville 20. Nettleton improves to 3-1 on the season, 1-0 in conference. Batesville falls to 0-4 and 0-1 in conference. But this Pioneer team showed a lot of fight, a lot of talent. They're going to be all right going forward, I will promise you that. We will take a 4-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the postgame show brought to you by Lexicon. The Lexicon postgame show. Lexicon can help you reach your goals and success. Go to lexicon-inc.com/football. That's lexicon-inc.com/football to learn more. Back in 4 minutes with the postgame show. Raider football on NTV and the EAB Sports Network.
What started with our grandfather and continues in its 4th generation today, Glen Sane's history of quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships that have kept our customers and their families coming back for over 69 years.
From my grandpa to my dad to us, service after the sale is a big deal. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
Every player on the football team has an important job so the team can reach its goal and success. Join our team at Lexicon right now and we'll help you reach your goals and success. Lexicon offers free on-the-job training through our own Lexicon University. We also offer competitive pay, a great health care plan, paid vacation, a sweet 401k plan, and more. Find out more at lexicon-inc.com/football.
First Security has been putting our home state first since 1932. Helping fellow Arkansans and their families buy homes, grow businesses, and build futures. Today, First Security is still committed to helping you bank better, providing local solutions and local support in the places we love too. It's community banking with people you know and people you know you can count on. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com. Member FDIC.
It's a mix and match special now at all Northeast Arkansas Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any two for $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, loaded tots, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any two for only $6.99 each for carry-out or delivery. Only at your Northeast Arkansas area Domino's Pizza locations.
What started with our grandfather and continues in its 4th generation today, Glen Sane's history of quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships that have kept our customers and their families coming back for over 69 years.
From my grandpa to my dad to us, service after the sale is a big deal. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
Across Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud the extra effort from neighbors like you that make our local schools and activities an integral part of our community. Working as a team to help you reach your goals is a perfect game plan for success. The Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville, finally a bank in your corner. MeBanking.com, member FDIC.
Pico Foods says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about how Pico Foods buys direct to support local producers. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman at 601-670-9383.
You raised your family here, did every July 4th here, refinished the floors here twice, sized up your daughter's boyfriends here, waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again, in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
The Raiders win 34-20, and they move to 3-1 on the season. Joseph Newhung and Craig Miller, we'd like to welcome you in to the NEA Baptist broadcast booth for the Lexicon postgame show. Lexicon can help you reach your goals and success. Go to lexicon-inc.com/football to learn more. The heck of a game tonight, Joseph. I'm glad you got to call it with me. Last year, Batesville beat us, as they've done the majority of the times in the history. They're always a tough program, one of the best programs in the state. Last year, they beat us in heartbreaking fashion. A kick six, blocked field goal that you kicked. You're the kicker. And they blocked the field goal and then scooped it and scored. That was a hard way to lose a game. Congratulations to the Pioneers on that win, but it's good for the Raiders to get a little bit of redemption tonight.
Yep, I mean, it feels good seeing Mason out there. You know, I told him from the first time I started teaching him how to kick a football when he came in there last year, and I was like, he has more potential than I ever had, and he's been working on it all summer. He did great. I hope that he gets in a situation and he executes. But it feels good, seeing some of our guys run around celebrating. It got down to the wire, and I got nervous. PTSD was kicking in for me.
I understand, but that was a tough night for sure. And so glad that you got to be in the broadcast booth for a Raider win tonight. Let's recap the game, and then we're going to name the JOSM player of the game. Batesville led throughout much of the game, much of the first half anyway. They took the lead in the first quarter. Number 7, Owen McLaughlin, he scored the first touchdown for the Pioneers, a 35-yard touchdown run. We do want to say prayers for Damian Nelson, their excellent senior running back, who left the game after a very nice run that unfortunately for Batesville was negated by penalty, but he was helped off the field and did not come back in. And so all of us at Nettleton want to say that we sure hope that he gets back on the field soon. We know what an outstanding player he is and what an important part he is to this Pioneer team. So well wishes to Damian Nelson, but his understudy sure did a good job tonight. Owen McLaughlin, he scored the first touchdown. The PAT was good. Nettleton tied it up with 9:19 remaining in the second quarter. Batesville led 7-0 after the first quarter. Nettleton's Curtis Smith, the playmaker, a 2-yard run with 9:19 remaining, made the score 7-7 after the Mason won point after. Batesville retook the lead with 6:24 remaining in the second quarter. A 12-yard run from McLaughlin, and that made the score 14-7 after the PAT. Nettleton tied it up. The Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton, an 11-yard touchdown pass to the playmaker Curtis Smith with 3:39 remaining in the second quarter. That tied things up at 14. Batesville, as time expired in the second quarter, they booted a 43-yard field goal, something you don't see very often on the high school level, I'll promise you that. The kicker was Jackson Elam, who booted that. Now, you're pretty familiar with Jackson through soccer, is that right, Joseph?
I believe so. I believe I recognize him. The name's very familiar, and I saw him warming up a little bit when I was walking to the stadium, and he's got a really decent leg on him.
No doubt about it. Young man's a sophomore. I think he's got a bright future. 43-yard field goal. As he kicked it exactly 43 yards. It hit the crossbar and scooted through the uprights. So big-time kick gave Batesville a 17-14 lead going into the halftime break. However, the Raiders dominated the third quarter. They came out and they outscored Batesville 13-0 in the third quarter. Maddox Hampton with a 5-yard touchdown run with 10:23 remaining in the third quarter made the score 20-17. It looked like a busted play, Joseph, and the Mad Dog, he saw daylight. He saw the end zone, and he stuck the ball right there. So a great job by the Mad Dog. The PAT was no good, and it made the score 20-17. With 4:34 to play in the third quarter, Nettleton scored again, this time downtown T.J. Brown, a 1-yard touchdown run that made the score 27-17 after the PAT from Mason won. The fourth quarter, Batesville scored first with 4:33 remaining in the quarter. A 30-yard kick field goal by number 16, Jackson Elam, made the score 27-20. The Raiders got the ball, and the Raiders scored with 1:40. Their outstanding sophomore running back, the X-Man, Xavier Harrell, with a 30-yard touchdown run. Mason Wan booted the extra point right through the uprights, and that set the final score at 34-20. So Nettleton gets the win. They move to 3-1 on the season. Batesville drops to 0-4 on the season, and next week the Raiders will travel to Brooklyn, and will be taking on the resurgent Brooklyn Bearcats, who've been playing a lot better this season. Should be a heck of a game. Looking forward to bringing it to you. Hey, it's time to name the JOSM Player of the Game. Player of the Game is brought to you by Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. They've been getting you back in the game for more than 40 years. And Joseph and I talked about it, as well as Chris Schropel was up here in the booth with us, and we talked about who the Player of the Game was going to be. We kicked it around. And we have decided that the player of the game is going to be the Mad Dog, Maddox Hampton. Maddox was responsible for 2 touchdowns of the Raiders' 5 touchdowns tonight. There was arguments made for the playmaker. Of course, he was responsible for a couple of touchdowns as well, 1 rushing, 1 receiving. Xavier Harrell, T.J. Brown also got some votes up here amongst us, but we landed on the Mad Dog. The Mad Dog threw a touchdown pass. The Mad Dog ran a touchdown. The Mad Dog responsible for 2 touchdowns and, of course, great leadership. The all-conference junior quarterback led the Raiders to victory tonight, and on the count of it, the Mad Dog is your JOSM Player of the Game. Congratulations to Maddox Hampton, the Player of the Game. Congratulations to the Raiders. They move to 3-1 on the season with a 34-20 victory. Make sure you flip over to the Ticket Sports Network. I think it's going to be 95.3 on your local dial for the Friday Night Light Scoreboard Show presented by Kavanaugh Auto Group. Will Oswalt will have a full recap of everything going on across the area and across the state. And thanks for tuning in to the Lexicon Postgame Show. Lexicon can help you reach your goals and success. Go to lexicon-inc.com/football. That's lexicon-inc.com/football to learn more. For all the NTV crew, for Gavin Grubbs, our great producer back in the EAB Sports Network, for Chris Schropel, for Blake Isbell, our chief meteorologist and director, for Isabella Devereaux, for Max Samples, for Jacob Linderman, and my tag team partner, Joseph Newhong. Did you have fun tonight?
Yes, sir. It was a great time.
Man, I'm glad that you got to hang out with me. We'll have to do it again. For Joseph, for all of us here at Nettleton, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next Friday night at Brooklyn as Nettleton takes on the Bearcats. Until then, have a great night, everybody. Raider pride is justified. Raider pride forever.
You've been listening to Nettleton Raider Football on 101.3 Bob FM. Presented by NEA Baptist, Jonesboro Orthopedics.